Yes, we can hear you. Miramar, Florida. It's time for World of Watches. Look at that.
here we are just a few weeks away from Christmas, and we are here to get you guys ready for all of those amazing gifts. Maybe you're getting something for your close relatives and family and friends. Maybe you're here to get something for yourself. If you love watches, if you love saving money, I mean, does anybody watching right now say no to those things? It's like, no, you know what, I don't like watches and I'd rather spend all my money. That's a little crazy. If you love watches and you love to save money, you have tuned in to World of Watches TV. We are an extension of WorldofWatches.com, one of the largest companies and websites in the world for all of your favorite name brand watches. Now we're going to spend 3 hours with you tonight and 3 hours with you tomorrow. We're going to show you hundreds of different timepieces. And what we can't get through tonight and tomorrow are available right now at WorldofWatches.com. We're going to hook you up with some amazing things. Now, we've categorized our hours as we are wont to do these days. Our first hour tonight is going to be all new arrivals. And I have to tell you, Wiley and I, we spend some time with the watches before every show, you know, deciding what we like, maybe a few things that we're going to pick out and really want to highlight. Every single item in the first hour I was going crazy for. There are so many exciting brand new watches. Some of them are newish. They've been around for a few weeks, maybe a month. And some of them, like my hot pick, which just so happens to be a $25,000 watch. But of course, you're never going to pay $25,000, right? I know. This is a clerk. Get your hands off that.
Ooh.
Pretty, right?
This is nice.
This is gorgeous. I know. We'll get to it. We'll get to it because we've got so many things to share with you. So our first hour, all new arrivals. Our second hour is going to be what we're calling holiday deals. Now, everything is a holiday deal, but our second hour, things will be further discounted than they normally are. And then our third hour, we're calling it our Dress to Impress hour. But if we're being honest, every hour has some pretty impressive timepieces. So you can find something in every single category. We've got our computer here, and we are locked and loaded on Twitter right now. If you feel like talking to Wiley and I throughout the show, maybe you've got a question about an item that we're airing, something you see on the website, or you want to know a little bit more about something on the show as it relates to watches, that's what we're here for. Tweet us live. You can tweet us using the hashtag AskWowTV, or you can send us a message directly to our Twitter account, which is WowTVChat. You can see it all right there. So either hashtag WowTV or tweeting us at WowTVChat. I know I'm doing all the talking. We should probably let the watches do a little something too. We're going to jump into a preview and show you just a little sample of what's coming up in our first of 3 hours together. Remember, this is all new arrivals. Starting with my hot pick. It's stunning. 290319. Okay, so I was a little bit mistaken there, and I apologize. This is not a $25,000 clerk. This is actually just a $17,000 clerk retail price. I know. What? Look at your... It's really, really special that we're able to do things like this. The fact that you're going to save 14 grand on a timepiece. Already, I'm sure your ears are pricked up like mine. Okay, what is going on here? This incredible clerk is from their Odyssey Galaxy collection. All of those diamonds, you actually have 1 carat and 22 points of diamonds. Now keep in mind, that would be just the minimum diamond weight on one exact timepiece. So chances are you might have 1 1/4. You could have even more than that. That's just the minimum diamond weight. Wait until you see this on the wrist. It's incredible. It's a 38mm case. Everything about this, of course, is a Dress to Impress watch. It's a new arrival. We've never aired this before. But check out the stress-free payments. I should have mentioned this in the preview earlier. Every single item today and tomorrow is on 6 stress-free payments. Now, stress-free means interest-free. What that means is you put 1 portion of that payment down. In this case, you would put down $433. Now, stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's a lot when you times it by 6, but again, look at the list price. Look at the value of this Swiss-made clerk with over 1 carat of diamonds. Every single item will be on 6 payments, so that is for you to save and shop even more. Coming up right after that, 282928. It's the 48mm Invicta S1 Rally. We know how much everybody loves Invicta, and did you know here at World of Watches, We are the largest authorized retailer for Invicta in the entire world.
And this 48mm S Rally GMT is an excellent buy tonight. It's a great way to get into an Invicta for under $100.
6 payments is $16.66. 48mm means it's oversized. You can even see how big that screw-down crown is. GMT, very special right there. GMT means you get a secondary time zone. Coming up right after that, 258-795, the 39mm Channing collection from Michael Kors. I have to admit, we see a lot of Michael Kors on the show. I love Michael Kors just like most ladies do. They are fashionable, all-American, easy-to-wear watches, and they really are timeless. You can be any age and really enjoy a Michael Kors timepiece. But this particular one, with that turquoise dial and all that yellow gold plating, this really took my breath away. I happen to think that this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color combo. I love that pop of turquoise inside the dial. It almost looks like you're actually looking at a turquoise stone. The way they've almost cracked the dial in different places to where you're looking at a real, authentic gemstone. I love that. What I love even more, this Michael Kors is half off what you would pay in stores. $20 and change gets it home. That's it. $20 and change. Gift that lady in your life a Michael Kors. 258-795.
And who doesn't love rose gold and something in limited edition quantities? That's it. Bring it. They had it there for just a moment. It's like going back in time, isn't it?
You own this watch in the silver tone.
I do.
Know. Were you saying earlier that your son, he liked the rose tone version?
He really does. This is one of the ones that I want to get him for Christmas. Now, this is a limited edition piece. There is only 200 of these. Let me stress that to you. There's 200 for the world. Now, the designer of this watch, Niso Barocas, was on the show last week, and he was just discussing how there are 200 parts within this watch. Now, the 2HR851 automatic movement that's in this watch is a 42 joule automatic with 44 hours of power reserve, all locked within that 46mm case. And even though it is a dress watch, and a beautiful one at that, it still has 50 meters of water resistance. Now, you can see the Côte de Genève, or the Geneva waves, right there on that rotor. You can see it's a limited edition piece. Half the quantity have been sold. Now, you can see right here, this is number 150 of 200. Once these are gone, we will not do another run of these watches. Once they're sold, that's it. Now, you can notice that you can also hand wind the watch, and you can see right there one of the gears beginning to go into motion. Now, take a look, because all I have to do is flip this around. Often when we show you the back of the watch, we want to show you the beating heart of the watch. Well, if you want to see that, how about that dual heart configuration at the at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position, and at the 6 o'clock, having a retrograde power reserve indicator. Now, come in even closer. I want you to just see right here that one of the things about an automatic watch that maybe, if you haven't worn it in a day or two, you wonder how much wind is in the watch. How much power do I have in there? Notice that this is just a little bit beyond the halfway point, and all I have to do if I wanted to give it a full charge is just to give that a wind. Now, I could just allow the motion of my wrist, to wind that up. And you can see, if I flip it over, that rotor is rotating at that moment. And as it's rotating, it is winding the watch. Now, the simple motion, the swinging of your arms, just reaching out, notice how much more it wound itself just from using the rotor. But if I wanted to hand wind it, I can do that as well. And that is a Sapphitech crystal on the front. That is going to be as scratch resistant as sapphire. So this watch, with that beautiful rose gold plating, the Croco embossed leather strap, and that Sapphitech crystal, is going to look good for years and years to come. And this is what's amazing. A watch that should sell for $1,000, we've marked down to half that price. Half. And then we've slashed it again to $299.99. And just like everything on the program tonight, 6 stress-free, interest-free payments. Being able to offer a watch of this quality, a limited edition piece for that price, is unheard of. And no one else is going to have this because, well, we make Lucien Piccard. So we've made sure that we have the majority of the quantity, and no one is going to offer it for what we do. Now, I own this in the silver tone, and I promise you I have watches that cost more than this, but nothing gets as much attention as that dual barrel beating heart on that watch. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, Megan, what do you like about this watch? When you look at it, what really stands out to you?
To me, I love the fact that the dual barrels, they almost make a face inside that dial there. And you're really able to see into the inner workings of your watch. Because as we always talk about with automatics, a lot of times you have to take a watch off and show the exhibition case back to really see into the movement. So to be able to see through that dial and to see the watch actually powered up and running, I just think is amazing. Honestly though, perhaps the greatest feature is the power reserve indicator, because you really only see something like that on super high-end watches. And also, it's nice to know that you don't have to wonder, when do I have to give my watch a full wind again? When do I have to put it back in the watch winder? That works like a little gas gauge. So as it slowly moves over towards that 7 o'clock position, you'll know how much or how little power you have left.
It also, believe it or not, with all of that complication, has a GMT, a secondary hand, so that you can know the time anywhere in the world. I have friends right now, I'm just cursing right now, because they are taking a trip to Australia and then a cruise to New Zealand.
Oh, how amazing.
They're like, do you want to go? It's like, yeah, that's going to cost, that's a doctor's salary right there. And they're having a great time in New Zealand, and he loves expensive watches. Now, this is a watch that he could wear without apology. I mean, if you were at the captain's table and, you know, tuxedo and gown and the whole work,
Of course I would be.
And the gentleman was wearing this watch, would you feel like, oh, I really wish you would have dressed up a little better?
Not at all.
This is a good-looking watch. I own this watch. I can tell you it has been a fantastic timepiece, and I know there's only 199 other people on the planet that have it. That's fairly exclusive. Now, in the rose gold, it looks incredible. Do not let this get away from you. Only $299. There's still time for this holiday season to get this watch. Remember, you have all the way to January 31st to return if it's not the right one for you after the holidays. 283090, the Lucien Piccard Matador.
All right, well, we're going to transition from one beautiful high-end design to a true masterpiece here with my hot pick, item number 290319. This is from Clerk. Now, it's funny, we were talking before the show, the director and I, because I've been here for over 3 years now. He's been here, I think, for how long have you been here now, Daniel? Almost 6 years? We both remember years ago on World of Watches TV, we used to have a Clerk. It was amazing. We had two versions of it, and it was a woman's diving watch. It was completely encrusted. It was big. It was about a 44 millimeter. Totally encrusted with white diamond sapphires and pink diamonds. It was.
And you bought it.
Yeah, right. I wish. Every time I would. That's why the metal detectors would go off every time I left the building. I was always trying to put it in my pocket. It was incredible. And I would make it my hot pick on the show all of the time. And I remember around the holiday time, it's about 2 years ago, it sold out live on air when we were presenting it. And that was it. We only had, with these Clerks, we only have a few of them, as with our super high-end timepieces. I believe with my hot pick, there's only actually 2 available.
If you bought that Clerk 2 years ago, would you tweet us a wristy of you wearing that? Megan misses that watch.
Yeah, and send me your address, too. Coming for you.
No woman is going to let you know.
So it was an incredible, incredible timepiece, and we have not had Clerk out on the show really much since then. So imagine my surprise when we were able to bring this out tonight, how excited I was. I'm just going to take it off the little pillow that it rests on here. I want you to see the packaging because there's something else I want you to know about this timepiece. Always on the show, we offer 100% brand new timepieces. You can find that on our website. Well, we do have a special section on our website for our collectors out there, which is our previously owned or our store display models. And that's what you're looking at right here, is a store display model. Now, here's the deal. Store display models are 100% Never before worn. And they come with the paperwork that guarantees and authorizes it. They also come, sorry, I'm just getting inside the shot so you can see, with their original packaging. So you don't ever have to worry about feeling like you're getting something for less, and what are you sort of having to sacrifice in return. You can see here that this timepiece is 100% never before worn, guaranteed authentic. You get everything included, just like you would if you went to the store and purchased a clerk for $16,550. And just a little note out there, I know my high-end collectors will agree with me on this. Most high-end collectors will say you have to have at least one or two either previously owned or maybe a watch that you did in a trade with other watch collectors. There's a lot of that going on. I look on the watch forums all the time and I see people offering, oh, I'm willing to trade my, my Omega for somebody's that, I mean, you see it done all the time out there. And this is 100% absolutely flawless. Now, of course, the Odyssey Galaxy, if you look into that dial, you'll notice it does look like a galaxy far, far away. And any galaxy that is totally encrusted with diamonds is a place that I want to be. You have 1 carat and 22 points of diamonds, so just about 1.25 carats there on this 38mm case. That is a lot of bling for one pretty small sized watch. You've got all diamonds around your dial. You've got diamonds framing that sapphire crystal on the bezel. Notice the extended crown area where you've got even more diamonds, and your entire crown is totally encrusted with diamonds as well. Yes, this is an eye-catching piece. Yes, this is not for everyone. That is why we only have 2 of these available. But here's the thing, much like that clerk from before, we will never have this again. We will never get another one of these in again. So if you are even on the fence about it, if you know someone, if you are that person who sees a watch of this beauty and this craftsmanship and knows that you need to own it, $433 down for 6 months. Remember, that's interest-free. Interest-free. $2,600 is your total price. We're saving you $14,000. 290-319. My hot pick of the night, the 37mm Odyssey Galaxy from Clerk. Pretty incredible, huh?
I think that is an absolutely stunning watch, and you will not in any way, shape, or form be disappointed because you're getting $16,000 worth of watch for under $2,600. Now, you know, several months ago, we had the 10-slot watch box.
How could I forget?
And then we had a run of them last week that rushed out, but that's a whole other story. But we also have, maybe you don't need a gigantic watch box. How about this leather-clad 6-slot watch box? Do you like this one?
I do very much. I got really excited because I didn't even know that we were making anything like this. And when I was here the other day doing product videos for the website, I freaked out. I couldn't believe. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, Wiley and I tried to tell you the watch box would sell out before Christmas. And it did. So thankfully, we've got the 6-slot watch box here. Here's the great thing. This is an awesome gift to give any watch lover, any watch collector. Because if you've even got 2 watches, it'd be great to have them in a box. Now what's nice is this can hold 6 individual watches. Wiley's going to demonstrate using his hot pick here. I love the stainless steel hardware and the fact that it comes with a locking key. So that way you could actually lock this, store it in your suitcase, store it in your closet, wherever you'd like to. Notice, now that's a 48mm, right? Your hot pick, 46?
Yes, it is a 46mm.
Okay.
And notice I did not have it on its tightest configuration, so it's raised up on that pillow in there pretty high.
I was going to say, because it's really nice that this is so deep back here that it's never going to hit the glass.
Well, look at this. There's enough room in there to put my pen under the watch, so it's sitting up very, very high. Yet it does not touch the glass in there. There is still room between the two. So if you have a larger watch, or you happen to have a larger wrist and you can't cinch the watch down really tightly, don't worry. it's still going to fit in this watch box, and it's going to look great. You're also going to appreciate the fact that you have a lock on there that might keep little fingers off of your watches. I realize that if somebody wanted to pilfer your watch collection, they could carry out your boxes. But don't worry about it. As far as little fingers not getting in there, having that lock is just going to make sure that they're a little bit more secure. The watch is very slimline. It also has the same sort of stitching all the way around that you're going to find on some watch straps. So we love that. Folks, the watch box could easily sell for $60, $70. It's only $39.99. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, if you go ahead and get a watch, even if you don't, just add this to the cart, for heaven's sakes, because for $6.67, you're never going to feel it. Now, I can tell you, I went shopping at one of the malls here last week. Imagine that. And they had
never do that.
Yeah, they had watch boxes. They were not $39.
No, they're very expensive.
All right.
All right, moving on to another watch and make a great addition to that watch box, 258804. We're going Invicta. As I mentioned earlier, we are the largest authorized retailer for Invicta in the entire world, and that's WorldofWatches.com. What's so great is being able to air them on our programs, because the benefit, I think, for World of Watches TV is that you actually get to shop with the stress-free payments. So every day this watch on our website is $285. Even if we were to reduce it on our website to $119.99, right now, Saturday and Sunday, this is the only time you could ever get it using stress-free payments. So here, how simple is that? $20 down, and we ship this to you. You know, Invicta's awesome. Watches like this, big, small, I think they're really one of the pioneers of making such oversized timepieces really a mainstay for all different kinds of people. Because you see men and women dressed up wearing oversized timepieces now. And this, while it's definitely got that sporty flair to it, it's something on a stainless steel bracelet that will give people some versatility. It's cool. It's also an anadigi.
Yeah, it's a great watch. I'm going to show it to you live here in the studio, and you can tell me what you think. Now, there's only a handful of manufacturers that really want to try to tackle the anadigital, which means it has an analog display, which is going to be your two-hand, and then your third, which is your small seconds sub-dial at the 12 o'clock position. Also, a digital display. Now, I've seen Breitling do this. I happen to have a, oh goodness, I think it's a Renato that uses a very expensive movement in there to do that. Now, once you pull that out, realize the watch is electronically run. I'm not having to rotate the crown, just be able to activate it for it to automatically begin to set.
That's so
Notice
cool.
it steps back minute by minute, then it allows you to move very quickly, because the analog display and the digital display are tied together so that you're always getting the appropriate information. Now, you'll notice that it also has screw-down pushers, because this watch, not only having a uni-rotating bezel, not 200, but 300 meters of water resistance. That, to me, is beyond a professional dive watch. That is a great dive companion to have, and it looks good, too. So if you want a watch that you can wear to the office, a watch that you can take on vacation with you, take out diving with you. Boy, that's a solid bracelet on that watch. Folks, take a look at this watch on the wrist. It's a 49 millimeter case, yet I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist, and that watch looks great on there. I don't know about you, but that's a good looking watch. Notice that there is a great contrast between that satin finish and the high mirror polish that's in that bracelet. There is a generous amount of bracelet, I might add, and you even have a diver's clasp so that once you lock it in place, you know it's going to stay in place. 258804, not having to pay $700, nor the wow price of $284. How about this? This beautiful deep dive Invicta, 300 meters, only $119.99. Now, we're going to shift to something just a little different.
This is very exciting. This next timepiece coming up, I had no idea that this was a new arrival from Lucien Picard. 292150, the Love Maze. Ah, a lot could be said about that. I know. I don't even want to go there. I was going to make a comment, but you know what? It's a family show. Here, I want to get right into this beautiful, beautiful timepiece.
Can you text me what you were going to say? Because now I'm curious to what joke you were going to make about the love maze.
Just probably something about like keeping my boyfriend locked up somewhere.
That explains why he hasn't returned any of the calls.
That's why nobody's seen him. We're going to come in nice and tight on the dial here because, of course, the superstar is what lies below the Sapphitech crystal. What you've actually got here is a genuine black mother of pearl dial. You can sort of see that mother of pearl when the light hits it. When the light's not on it looks like a matte black dial, but that's a genuine mother of pearl in the backdrop there. Notice, and this is where the love maze comes from, notice the decal that has been hand applied to that mother of pearl dial. I absolutely love it. It's very whimsical. You can see it almost looks like a garden. There are different flowers coming up from different areas. You've got these beautiful swirls, the gorgeous designs going on. How lovely and elegant when it could have been, and from a side profile is, just your standard black and rose timepiece. This is that affordable elegance that ladies can enjoy. This is that great way of having a sophisticated style that doesn't feel too stuffy. Look at how lovely this pairs with a blue blouse top that I've got on. But you could very easily wear this with a cocktail dress. It's so nice to have a little bit something extra. And at a price like this, how easy and giftable this would be, right? I could see my aunt wearing this, or even my father's mom, my Nana.
See,
it's nice, right?
I think what's nice, when I see that filigree work that's done on the dial, it's often done on solid gold watches. It's just a way of showing, I mean, Rolex does that type of thing, other high-end watches. Think of the design that you saw on that clerk earlier.
Right.
And look at the price of
That's
the clerk
true.
in comparison to that for only $70. That's incredible.
Mother of pearl. That's another thing that you don't see as often. You know, we sometimes get jaded here, especially with our own brands. We assume that you should be able to afford mother of pearl. You should be able to afford 18-karat rose tone. But in reality, when you go to a store, it's very, very expensive. Here, you get all of those exquisite elements. How nice and ladylike a timepiece like this is. And we have many different colors to choose from on our website as well. Go to WorldofWatches.com. You can see the entire weekend lineup is already posted there. Lucien Piccard comes with a 5-year warranty, and that warranty goes into effect the moment we ship you the watch. So if you're giving this as a gift to that special lady in your life, you know what else this would be nice for? Gentlemen out there, if you're in a relationship with a woman, maybe it's serious, but it's not too serious. Maybe it's been about, a year, maybe a little less than. You want it, you have to get her a gift, even if it's been 3 months. You have to get her something for the holidays. This is nice without being too crazy, without, you know what I'm saying. It's appropriate. 292150. 6 payments of $11.66.
You better be careful at Christmas bringing out some sort of box and then going, I have something special for you.
Yeah, you're going to have to put it in a really big box.
Yeah, you better put on the tag, it's a watch.
296139, the 27mm La Belle collection from Lucien Piccard. Here, even more classic, even more conservative, but done with beautiful Austrian crystals. This is what I love about Lucien Piccard. We're giving you things that are affordable but look so expensive. And what I mean by that is we were talking about the filigree work on that love maze, looking like something. Frederic Constant does that a lot. That's the brand I was thinking. That's something you expect to see on very high-end timepieces. Here, if you're looking at this right now and you were not looking at the graphics that said $90, would you think this was not diamonds? Of course it looks like diamonds. You've got Austrian crystals set in the bezel. You've got 12 of them sitting on that beautiful white dial. This looks like a diamond silver tone timepiece. I say a silver tone watch is a wardrobe staple. This is a safe bet. This is the kind of watch you get somebody when you know that you want to get them something nice, something that's going to look expensive. Lucien Piccard is a brand that's been around for over 90 years. So this is a look that has that timeless elegance. I would very easily wear this. I'm wearing a silver tone timepiece on my other wrist, a great wardrobe staple. I would wear this. You could get this for your mother. This is a great option for ladies of all different ages and professional careers, whatever it is that they do. This is a great option. It's simple. Who doesn't want something that's got a little bling on it, but yet they can wear it with a blouse or with just a white t-shirt and a pair of jeans? 296139. We are just all about giving you options tonight. I want to show you another option very quickly. I'm just going to mention it to you. 18 karat rose tone, beautiful white dial. Again, the 12 crystals inside the dial and the crystals set to look like diamonds around the bezel. 5-year warranty on that movement. 296-141, 6 payments of $15.
Now, let's just change gears just for a moment. We only have one of these. It's brand new in the box, and it is from Alpina. You know, based on the Sellita SW500, modified to feature that bi-compact center configuration for maximum readability, it is perfect for the person that loves aviation or just wants an aviation-inspired watch. The AL860 automatic chronograph movement is incredibly reliable, and there's a reason this watch can easily command a $3,650 price. And, ladies and gentlemen,
it just sold out.
That's it. Just by the sound of my voice.
How
That
is
is
it?
why they pay me the big bucks. You only have to say the word Alpina.
And
then
it's done.
boom!
And it's done. All right.
What's
well,
this
the thing.
clerk?
It's funny because we were doing that now because we weren't sure if it would last until the third hour, and we were right. All right. Well, you want that high-end look, but you don't have the budget for it. A brand new arrival from Ben & Sons for $75. This is a great transition from that Alpina to something with that vintage military aviation-inspired design, but it's affordable luxury.
You know, there are folks out there that love Bell & Ross.
Oh, I do.
And you do, I do. They're just a durability. It's like saying Jeep Wrangler. You know, you just feel like, or Range Rover Discovery. You know, I can get anywhere in the world with that. You feel like you could just transverse the globe wearing a Ben & Sons watch. And they've already developed a very great following. People love the watch. They love how easy they are to wear and how they've stayed very contemporary with the styling, yet hearkening back to a day gone by with some of those styles. Now, the ones you're seeing right now, they have Sapphitech crystal, which you know is hard as sapphire. It has that reliable Japanese movement. It's going to be accurate to within 10 seconds per month. It is 316L stainless steel. And you have 100 meters of water resistance. I mean, take a look at this watch on the hand and then on the wrist. I think that looks great. Don't you love the curvature that's in that crystal?
Absolutely.
Now, that's what you would see in an old school watch, maybe from the 30s, 40s, and you might have Hesselite there. It might be that form of almost plastic that was just really revolutionary, because when they used thin glass, it was easy to crack a crystal. And then when some of the polycarbonate, the plastics, the other materials eventually came forward, it offered another medium that was lightweight and strong. Now you have Sapphitech, which is as hard as sapphire and incredibly scratch resistant, yet it has that look of a watch of an era gone by. No, you're not going to pay $345. At $85, we thought that was a great price. Who knew they would drop it to $74.99? Now, Megan, I guess we have to be honest with you. We don't always know what they're going to do with prices. We don't always know what's going to be on the show. So sometimes even we're surprised when we see the prices drop so remarkably low. First thing I noticed about putting this watch on, there is a tremendous amount of strap with this watch. Lady or a gentleman that has a much larger wrist than mine, 6 3/4 inch, you're going to be absolutely fine. Look at how much strap there is there.
Up to 9 1/4.
So this will handle a big boy. I think that looks great. Only $74.99. Now maybe you want something a little different. Now I happen to like the dark dial, the dark kind of that cocoa chocolate leather.
Cocoa, I like that.
I just made that up. You're using such, you know, some of the words you use for colors.
I know, I do. I'm good at that.
Your box of crayons is different than mine. Pulling the word cocoa out was like quick, Wiley. Think food. This looks good. Now, you have another version of this watch. Now, go ahead and take a look at that number, 287671. The number's going to change in just a moment for a whole new style. Same watch, just a different look.
This one is going to be a much brighter variation. Now, I've got the light silvery white dial. It's a really, really light silver white. Look at how completely different these two options are. Wiley's is, of course, the one that I'm holding in my hand right here, and it's the same watch, the same collection. They're both multi-functions from the 44mm Marshall collection. Now, inside this silver tone case, you've got this 5 Japanese movement. That is a movement created by Citizen Miyota. So you have a very, very high quality Miyota movement inside, and Ben & Sons gives you a 5-year warranty on that. Here with my 6-inch wrist, I want you to see it does size down. The leather strap, in this case done in that light tan, sizes all the way down to a 6-inch wrist, and it's quite comfortable to wear. It really is easy. I love Ben & Sons. I've always said it's one of my favorite brands for gentlemen out there. Ladies, there are some collections that we can very easily wear ourselves. But what's great about this is you get that true vintage luxury look. Everything from the dial placement to the logo at the 12 o'clock position. This, when you compare it to the aesthetics of other high-end watches, worth 10, 20 times what this is costing you tonight, it really does hold its own. 6 payments of $12.50. That's it, $12. The price of a movie ticket is $11 a person. That's not like IMAX or 3D. So here, for just a little bit more, I mean, it's hard to think sometimes. A $12.50 payment, you put that on your credit card, that's it. 287-672 for this one.
You know, over the years, we have been able to present to you some beautiful Graham chrono fighters. And we've had the white dial, we've had the black dial, and on occasion, we might get something as nice as what I think this beautiful gray dial. By the way, take a look. Now, you know, I was about to say that, you know, if you're going to get the watch like this, which comes in a beautiful display case, you might want to add a watch box. Friends and family, we just want you to know that the watch boxes have been they're heading into selling out mode. So if you want to get one of those 6-slot watch boxes, there is, you know, less than one per state. So please go ahead and please represent your state with a watch box. We want to send it to you. We don't want them to sell out. Well, we do. We don't want you to miss out, though.
Now, Wiley, I know, because I recognize this timepiece, and maybe others who have watched the show before, this doesn't necessarily look like a new arrival, but it is different because this is the first time we've had this gorgeous gray dial.
Have they always had these little, like, are those diamonds at the indices there?
I think this is a different variation.
I think it is too. Oh, it is, because look at the back of it. Wait, look at the back. You've never seen this before.
Oh.
That is beautiful. That looks like you and your boyfriend.
I was going to say it looks like me and you.
Well, does your boyfriend know about this? Because he'll get you a Lucien Picard. I'll get you the clerk.
I know you will.
I'm serious. I will hook you up. Just tell me what you want, Megan. Do you know what? I tell people when I'm on the show, even my own family just refers to me as that guy and then you. Even my own family wants more Megan Harris on the show.
Oh, stop it.
It's true, and you know
Your
it.
mom is sweet.
Look at that. Now that is true etching on the back of that. How close can we get? Do I need to move closer to camera 3? He's trying. He's attempting. You'll notice there is a partial exhibition snap-on back to the watch. These are limited edition pieces, and you happen to have, you can see, 50 meters of water resistance. You're looking into the beating heart of the watch as I rotate right there, and you can realize you're seeing into that. This watch is a 48-hour power reserve. It's a 42-millimeter case. It's a 25-joule automatic. And I'm going to flip back over to the front because I do want you to see that this is different than any Graham that we've had on there. Notice that there are diamonds.
Yeah, 5 individual diamonds. You got
have
2 at the 12.
That's right, 2 at the 12, and then at the 3, 6, and 9 configuration. Now, it's running right now in chronograph mode. I'm going to stop and do reset right there. Now, you're going to notice the watch is unusual by the fact that it has that trigger style pusher on there. Usually that would be on the other side, but because of how large it is, now folks, I'm going to put this watch on the way I would wear it, which is right side up to me, upside down to you. And then you're going to understand why that trigger is on there. When I put the watch on, and remember, it's going to be upside down to you, don't let that throw you. Notice that with the oversized pusher on the watch, when I bend my wrist, I do not bump into that pusher. with that pusher being so large, if it was put on traditionally, it might bump into my wrist. Now, for those of you who are lefties, which means you would wear your watch on the right hand, it puts the pusher in just the right place for you to easily operate it. Now, let me flip it back over so that it is on, upside down to me, right side up to you, and you can see how beautiful that looks on the wrist. I love that sunburst record style pattern on the dial. You notice, Megan, they've done something unusual. They've not only done a reverse date wheel, but they've used a dove gray wheel instead of black or white. That's unusual to match that up specifically to the dial. That means that wheel can only be used on this watch. Folks, you're getting an incredible watch. Remember, there's the engraving on the back, sapphire crystal, all Swiss made.
Did you notice that the price of $1,900 is lower than any other variation we've ever had? Normally we have them on the show between $2,200 and $2,600. Here with the diamond variation and what I think is perhaps one of the best dial colors, it's actually under $2,000.
Yeah, this is that very special gift where you surprise somebody with an $8,000 watch. You just don't tell them you only had to put $316 down.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, we've marked it down to $18.99. We have the lowest price out there. Remember, if you buy the watch, you put it that $316 down, and then by January 31st, if you decide it's not the right watch, they go, nope, that's not the right watch, send it back. We'll give you every penny back. We pay for shipping to you and shipping coming back. What a I should have made that my hot pick. That's really
gorgeous.
quite beautiful.
All right, speaking of beautiful, this Invicta took my breath away with this dial. It is totally wild. 260709, a brand new 53 millimeter Invicta Bolt. Now, this is a big watch. This is a full Swiss-made watch that retails for $2,000. Now, of course, we know we can always find Invicta discounted. That's why every day on our website we take $1,000 off the price. But look at what we're doing for this weekend special show. And this is actually part of their Zeus collection. And you can tell because look at the continuous running seconds. See the little lightning bolt with the Z? This is a big, bold watch.
There is no doubt about it. This is a large watch with a lot of style. You don't generally see on the Pro. We've had some discount Invictas. We have what we consider the entry-level Invictas, which are great watches for every day.
Sure, they're a lot of fun.
This is a great everyday watch, too. Look how thick that is. But it is also one of their higher-end watches, similar to what you would see in a reserve collection. That $2,000 price is what you're going to pay in the mall. Not here. We would take $1,000 off and make it $914.99. But right now, we've marked that even cut in half to $439. 200 meters of water resistance. The Ronda 5030D Swiss chronograph in there is phenomenal. Notice the oversized pushers. Notice our 1/10 of a second as that spins at a higher rate of speed, our seconds, and then our totalers for the chronograph. Start, stop, and of course reset. I'll do it again.
I'm not even noticing anything other than the colors coming out of that dial.
Isn't that
it's
beautiful?
mother of pearl that has been painted in such a way so that it looks like a rainbow. Or it looks like if you ever see a seashell, you know, like is it an abalone that you would see where it's like almost a rainbow when you look at the inside of it?
My abalone has a first name. Did you get that?
No, I just think you're crazy.
You know, my bologna has a first name.
Oh, it's OSCA?
See? You realize how many people just turned to another show because of that joke? I love the fact that there's so much detail in the watch. Notice that how they have used this rope wire all the way around. Yeah. You know, it really is a rare thing because even though we are the #1 seller, authorized seller of Invicta in the world, we are very limited on what we can present to you on the air. Now, if you want to go to our website, you can check them out all day long. They'll always be there. We're very limited to what we can bring you on the air. And until that changes, you're only going to get glimpses into their collections. Well, here is something from an uber elite collection that's normally $2,000.
This is a Swiss-made watch, a 200-meter diver.
I love the strap on this.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right, folks, 260709.
That's it.
One lucky person. I hope you're dialing in right now.
Can you believe that? $73 down for a Swiss-made diver from Invicta of that quality.
I have to say that a biker would enjoy that too. Being from Daytona Beach, there's a lot of
Yeah.
bikers there, a lot of friends and family love. And this, even though it's, you know, a great watch for the water, that watch also really is great for somebody that just has that over-the-top tough look.
282-295. Here's a tough look. Great as well for where you're from, as this is the S1 Rally. This is all about that racing-inspired timepiece. Now, this is more along the lines of what we're typically able to offer, that easy-to-afford $100 price point.
Miss Megan, this is a watch that I would not take to Daytona Beach, though I love my city very much. This is one where you and I should be flown to Monte Carlo. Because if you're going to go to a rally race, go to France, go to Monte Carlo, go to the French Riviera. This is a watch that's going to look comfortable stepping out of your Aston Martin, your DB7. This is that watch that looks like $1 million. And I guess if you were paying $700 for a watch, it's just going to be a nice casual dress watch. You might think, well, I've spent some money. But at $99 to have that look at that high mirror polish on all the gold that's been applied there. Take a look. 100 meters of water resistance. You have a fully functioning chronograph. There's your start, your stop, and of course your reset right there. You can see that you have a constantly running seconds on your three-hand, but then your small seconds is going to be for your chronograph and then your totalers. Notice how that totaler there at the 9 o'clock position uses a unique set of hands, as does the one at the 3 o'clock, traditional hand at the 6. I love the fact that you have this corrugated or almost ventilated leather, and then there's another leather underneath. I mean, it's like a glove. It's like a racing seat. Now, if you think this looks good on the hand, let me show you this on the wrist. You tell me what you think for a watch that only costs $16.16 to get home.
Now, we do have another color variation of this. You know what I'll do is go right to the wrist so we can see that, because I do like both color combos.
Well, if they'll set up the camera for me and then set up the other close-up for you, we'll do a quick switch. Because you can see that this oversized 48mm watch looks even larger because it is such a small bezel, and you get a great glimpse into that beautiful stylized dial. There is a generous amount of that ventilated two-tone leather, and you can see that it looks great. But maybe you need something a little different. Maybe not the bright pop of yellow. Now, the watch I'm showing you right now is 282925, but look at Megan's variation.
So this is the exact same watch, but notice how different the personality is when you look at it with the green and white inside the dial. Now, again, a GMT means you have a secondary time zone on your dial. So you get 2 time zones in one dial, 100 meters of water resistance, all 18-karat rose gold tone over stainless steel, and that very, very generous perforated genuine leather strap. $16.66 gets it home. Use the stress-free payments. If you came into the show with a budget, no reason to break the bank when every single item, from a $100 watch to a $15,000 watch, every single item is on 6 payments this weekend.
There's only one thing that would make that watch look even better.
A box to keep it in.
A box to keep. What do you get to the guy who has everything?
A box to put stuff in.
That's it. That was my great line. When I used to work at a luggage store, people go, what do you get for the guy who has everything? Well, something to put it in. If you have a collection of watches, or you know somebody that does, the 6-slot watch box is the perfect addition to your collection. In fact, it will help organize it. Look at how well that Invicta fits in there. Because I don't know about you, but once I get my watches out of their original packaging, I try to put them in a way that I don't have to go through thousands of boxes.
I do the same thing.
Well, here's the way to do it. And this is also a great travel companion. It is super padded. You have the clear top with the World of Watches logo on it, and everybody needs that right there. It also is that beautiful padded leather, that stitching that you're going to find on a fine watch strap. And I have to tell you, we're down to single digits on this. So maybe 9 of you are going to be getting this.
That's it.
Isn't that amazing?
That's crazy.
Now, we are broadcasting live from Miramar, Florida. It is 6:50 Eastern Standard Time. We would love for you to tweet us, to send us a message, find us on Facebook. Both Megan and I have Facebook pages. But we'd also want to hear from you right now. And single digits is all we have left. Remember, now we're down to 8. So please hurry. There's still a chance for you to get it because we are broadcasting live, and there's a lot of folks watching, but you're going to be the one that either calls in or goes online and gets your own watch box for only $6.67. That's your first of 6 stress-free, interest-free payments. Congratulations to all of you who are picking up a great stocking stuffer.
All right. Well, this next timepiece, as I mentioned during the preview, it really took my breath away. It's a Michael Kors. It's a Michael Kors timepiece, all done in rich, elegant yellow gold tone.
That is
very classic.
Nice.
Yellow gold is always that classic color, right? Yellow gold tone. That means it's 18 karat gold over stainless steel, so it's not like just painted on. You don't have to worry about this turning your wrist green or flaking off. This is a Michael Kors watch. It retails for $250. Here, though, this beautiful, almost modified to no shape case. And you can see that when you come under the wrist here. I'm saying it's a modified to no. The interesting thing about this watch and most Michael Kors watches is they really are designed almost from inspired collections of high-end watches. A lot of Michael Kors's watches, even the ones that are geared towards ladies in oversized cases like this one, they're really reminiscent of something that you would expect to see a gentleman wearing. And then they give them these super feminine twists. For example, if you were just looking at this thick, non-tapered gold tone bracelet or the 39 millimeter to no shape case, it could potentially be a gentleman's luxury watch. But when you look at it now with that gorgeous turquoise dial that is meant to look like an actual turquoise piece of jewelry, which I love. I love turquoise jewelry.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do.
Do you have the silver and turquoise and all that?
I love the silver and turquoise color combination, which is why I was so taken away with this.
Because you don't see it in gold very often.
You don't see it in gold at all. So that's what I love so much about this, is that it just adds something extra. Now, of course, I have it with a blue blouse top, so it looks really nice because it's pulling out that blue. But this is the kind of piece you can wear every single day. Imagine how lovely this would look if you had all black on, and then just the pop of gold and turquoise on your wrist, or if you had a crisp white button-down shirt. I mean, this is something that's really, really fun. Of all the Michael Kors watches, this ranks, I think, in my top 5, really.
Really?
Yeah, and we air a lot of Michael Kors watches.
I'm going to look at price. $250.
50% off.
Wow.
50% off.
Oh, you've done very, very well on that.
And, of course, it's going to come in the Michael Kors white box. So it looks like you went to the department store. It looks like you went to the Michael Kors store and picked it up. But you're getting it at 50% off with us. That is incredible. And yes, it is oversized at 39 millimeters, but I have a 6-inch wrist. Look at how well it plays on the wrist. Not too big at all. Bracelet length is generous to accommodate even over an 8-inch wrist. And what's nice is one of my best friends, she has the big 45 millimeter Michael Kors, the one in all rose. She has like a 5.5-inch wrist, and she wears it, and it looks a little big and chunky on her wrist, and that's kind of the point. You know, that's more the fun of it. 258795. Now, as much as I love this one, we talked about this variation, the Mini Ryland, before the show. This one is a lot of fun as well. Now, you might find some versatility in this that maybe is more towards your style, because you've got a two-tone here. I'm wearing my personal watch, which is a Swiss Legend tonight. I'm actually wearing a two-tone watch on my personal wrist, which is a two-tone watch. I believe two-tone gives maximum versatility. I like to wear silver jewelry, yellow gold jewelry, white gold jewelry. I like to wear all different kinds of jewelry. So having a staple watch like the one I'm wearing in a two-tone means I don't have to trade out my watch, because that other one being all gold tone, I wouldn't wear that with my silver jewelry. That's just my personal preference. I know a lot of people that like to mix metals like that. But I like to keep it more classic with monochromatic looks. So what's nice is with a two-tone timepiece, you know now you can wear it with even more from your jewelry box. Even more of your outfits can be matched with a two-tone timepiece. Now this is actually really cool the way they've done the logo here underneath that crystal. And for some reason, it doesn't feel overdone. Sometimes, and all designers are guilty of this, that logo over and over again can kind of feel a little obnoxious, right? Sometimes you just want understated elegance. It's nice to see the designer, but you don't want to scream it. Here, it's so well blended into that beautiful dark navy blue dial that it really isn't until you tilt your wrist where you're able to see, oh yeah, that is a Michael Kors watch. Because for the most part, it really does blend in quite nicely to that navy blue backdrop. Now this is a super slimline design. You can see this would be very easy to wear to the office, ladies, underneath a blazer or a blouse top, especially now in the wintertime when you got to put on all your sweaters and jackets. This isn't going to be too big and bulky underneath your coat. It's a 33 millimeter, so it's a more conservative size. Still very easy to wear. Look at how gorgeous that looks on the wrist. I love the pop of yellow gold through the middle. $25 gets it home. This is $150 your price, or you can walk into the department store tomorrow and pay $250 for it. It's up to you. 283-053.
This watch just looks more expensive than what we're selling it for.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's one of the ones. Remember when they were running through the watches, I picked this up and said, Megan, did you see this? Because it really does stand out. It just stands out as a higher end piece than its price.
All right, sticking with high-end ladies items, we're going really high-end here with Techno Marine from their Swiss-made collections. That's right, 290-407. Techno Marine is such a cool company. They have such fun watches. They are high fashion, luxury sport watches. That's why this watch retails for $1,400. It's a 200-meter professional grade diver. So automatically you know that there isn't a single thing that you would want to do on this planet that this watch would not be appropriate for. You could swim and dive in this watch all day long. You can scuba dive in this timepiece. But yet, it's all blacked out with the mirror polished silver tone. So it still has a nice bit of pop to it. The 40 millimeter case is great because it's just starting to be oversized, but it's not big and bulky. Everything about it just feels smooth. Here, you've got that glossy black ionic plating. You've got the silver tone for your unidirectional rotating bezel. Looking inside your dial, you've got a fully functioning chronograph movement. This is a Swiss-made watch. Let me reset that right there. You've got a fully functioning Swiss-made ETA G10-211 quartz chronograph movement. That means when I start my chronograph, I get 1/10 of a second accuracy at that 2-3 o'clock sub-dial. I love the wave pattern down in the center portion of the dial. Techno Marine does that a lot with their divers and their cruise collections. This is luxury but made affordable because at $1,400 you might not be able to swing it, but at $330 to get somebody a Swiss-made watch with a sapphire crystal and 200 meters of water resistance, you've got a lot going on here.
You know, Megan, it was in 1997 that Frank DeBerry in Geneva came up with the concept of Techno Marine and founded the company. And do you know where he took his luxury sport watches?
Where?
He took them to the French Riviera because those people wearing their high-end watches wanted something that was great to play in but wasn't $20,000 or $30,000.
Oh, cool.
So him mixing bits of gold and diamond with a sport watch launched it. And when all of those celebrities and all of the wealthy were wearing his watches, it sent the company straight to the top. And that's why Techno Marine still holds that great place as a luxury sport watch.
Well, our company has started making luxury sport watches. I'm wearing a Swiss Legend right now, but unfortunately, it's not a Swiss-made Swiss Legend like this new Opus collection is.
You know what? The moment I picked this up, it felt like one of the high-end watches that we normally sell.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's Swiss-made.
Well, on my wrist right now is a Corum. And that's gold and ceramic, and it's a beautiful watch, and it's stupidly expensive. It's also, Swiss Watch International's. It's not mine. But I get to wear it for the day. Here, I picked this watch up, and when this in the gold tone and now in the silver, when you pick up the watch and you feel the case, everything about it has a feel of Bulgari.
Yeah. Oh.
And in fact, I kind of called Niso out on this. I said, Niso, he goes, you know what? Everything has inspiration from some.
Absolutely.
I said, this feels and looks like Bulgari. Look at that. You know them for their jewelry. They've partnered with high-end automobiles. There is all sorts of stuff that you can see from the high-end world. And they've certainly applied it now with Swiss Legend, taking those cues of what people really want, what they really love, and putting it into something that's everyday wearable. 41 millimeters. Hard to believe. I'm going to put it on. Because a gentleman or a lady could wear this watch. It's in a classic size. Do you see this as more of a ladies or a gentleman's one?
I think that it
Either
really
one.
could be worn for either because it's a fun sport watch. I love that it's a diver. The clasp, we're using really nice clasps, I know. I just played with mine.
It's a silicone strap, and he still went ahead and put an expensive deployant clasp on there. Don't you love that? I mean, this could have just barely been cheaped out with something that, okay, just throw something from the warehouse on there. Nope. He had to start from scratch and make something you don't usually see. How about the bright work right here? Just to let you know, it's a custom strap. But, you know, you are so vanguard. You're so stylish, Miss Style on the dial. Let's take a look at yours.
294578. I went ahead with the silver tone and white. I like the bright pop of white. And I think in this variation, you can see that mother of pearl dial even better here. Now, at 41 millimeters, I don't even have it sized down to the tightest closure with my 6-inch wrist. So this is very easy to wear for a lot of different wrist sizes. You do have a fixed bezel on there, so it is dive capable. Here inside a Swiss-made ISA multifunction movement. And the cool thing is that if you use your 4 o'clock pusher, watch that 6 o'clock subdial. You can actually offset this to be a secondary time zone. You've got 2 time zones going on inside one dial, set atop a mother of pearl backdrop. Genuine Swiss Super Luminova, 10-year warranty on the Sapphitech crystal. It's the only crystal in the watch industry with a warranty. 5-year warranty on that Swiss-made movement. And on that customized closure, I like that you can now see the Swiss Legend Shield logo. 294578 is the item number for this one.
Don't you love the fact that they've used that new larger shield on the back?
I do very much.
I mean, it adds a nice pop of uniqueness to it. They're standing out just a little bit more.
All right, well, we didn't get a chance to air some of these next items, so we want to mention them very quickly before we move on to our second hour. We're just going to mention them very quickly, like this 38mm MOMO design diver. This watch is really cute. 296153, you've got a Citizen Miyota movement inside. It's the FS100 series. Here, all done in lavender. You've got the lavender dial and genuine leather strap. Pops of white silicone on that strap, which is really interesting. It's like silicone and leather on the strap. 6 payments of $22. This is a $700 MOMO. These are Italian-designed watches. 100 meters of water resistance, fully functioning, again, Miyota quartz chronograph movement. We took the price from $700 to $135. We're giving you 6 months to pay that off. Take advantage. You're not opening a World of Watches credit card. There's no such thing as something like that. You're using a credit card in your own collection, right now, in your own wallet.
Okay, everybody knows Movado. They've been around since 1881. And in 1947, when Nathan George Hurwitz created what you would see as the classic dial, that black dial with the homage to the rising sun at the 12 o'clock position, it became a classic by 1960 because it became known as the museum watch, because it's on permanent display at Museum of Modern Art. $795, not with us. $559, and slashing the price for the holidays, only $299.99. Only $50 gets it home. 122637. You better act now to get that beautiful 38mm Luno Movado. How about Raymond Weil, 41mm Maestro? Maestro means the master, and certainly they are masterpieces when you see this beautiful watch. The bracelet alone feels like it's worth the price of admission because it is truly jewelry quality. Everyone who knows fine watches knows the name Raymond Weil, and here with this beautiful automatic watch with the furnace blue hands, the Breguet style hands, all the way down to the furnace blue that you're seeing at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position. It's gorgeous. Not $2,650, but uber discounted for you right now of only $1,021. $2,961.64. Absolutely beautiful. Hard to believe, Megan, we're already an hour into the show.
I know. We are 1 hour down and 2 hours to go. We are getting you guys ready for the holidays. Now remember, there's still plenty of time to place your orders this weekend to get those gifts with free shipping in time to wrap and put under the tree for Christmas, or maybe just a little late Hanukkah gift. Happy holidays to everyone out there. This hour that we're moving into now, we're calling this hour our holiday buys, but if you've been sticking around for the past 60 minutes, you know that it's pretty much holiday buys every single hour. I think this is going to be the hour where you hear Wiley and I the most go, oh my God, look at the price. Oh my God, we've never done that before.
We don't always know. You have to understand, there are hundreds of
I'll
watches
be screaming
that
the
are
most in this hour.
that have
Sorry,
been
guys.
put on sale for this weekend. Now, we don't get to see them all because some of them are still in the vault, but you can go to WorldofWatches.com and see all the things that are on sale. You can even take a peek at tomorrow's stuff that's on sale, which is called
Shopping in the Future.
So you can do that, or you can stick with us and hold on tight because we have some incredible deals over this hour.
Now, you guys have been amazing on Twitter. I want to read very quickly a few tweets. You can tweet us at WowTVChat
Right
or use the hashtag AskWowTV. We've got some great tweets in. Our friend Bill tweeted in, tell Wiley to buy that Graham Chrono Fighter. I've got mine. It's a no-brainer.
Really?
Bill also tweeted in a couple of watches that he picked up tonight, including an Accutron, a Breitling, and a Techno. Our friend Dan was watching the show last week with you and Niso, and he picked up a brand new Eleni Barocas watch.
Oh, he picked up the new one, the little...
He sent us a wrist shot of it.
Good looking
And
watch.
I don't know, this next one, somebody named Kevin. Kevin, how awesome is this tweet? Are you watching WOW TV? You should be, and they gave the link for WorldofWatches.com. This is the season to watch shop. He was doing lots of hashtags and everything. What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm not looking at you.
Oh.
I'm amazed. We have all of our friends. You're so insecure.
Like, are you Kevin?
Are you looking at me? I'm sending her message.
him.
I
He's
like that
actually
Megan
Kevin.
Harris. Love me some Megan Harris.
So thank you guys so much for tweeting us, and please keep it up for the next 2 hours. We do love to talk to you guys.
Love maze. All right. It's.
I'm going to put you in a box.
Oh.
So this, I believe, so this is that Eleni Barocas watch.
This is
that
the Genesis
Dan was
Prime.
wearing, yeah.
You know, there's several variations of this watch, but this is the only automatic version of it. And you're going to love everything from the offset crown at the 4 o'clock position to this very skeletonized movement. Now, Megan, take a look at this. I don't know if you've noticed this yet. We're used to seeing bridges on watches. Notice that the bridge starts at the 7 o'clock and then it runs and makes a 6, runs again and is bolted in 2 places to create the bridge there at the 6 o'clock position. I think
This
it's
is an
really
automatic for 180 bucks.
cool. Yeah, this is kind of like a what? I can't
With the
believe that.
skeletonized dial, this is awesome. This is definitely going to be an hour where we'll see a lot of really eye-catching, kind of wild designs. 296-122.
How about MOMO Design, the 45mm limited edition Evo? You notice this is, MOMO is all about automotive design as they put their hand in this limited edition piece of only 575 pieces. When they put their hands to this watch, you can see all the automotive inspiration.
This one here, you've got the automatic movement inside. You also have a numbered limited edition. Here, you've got a two-tone of black and silver tone. It's a holiday deal of $350 down from $2,000. And excuse me, this is a mechanical. 6 payments of $58. $282,997 is the item number for here. A MOMO design numbered limited edition.
Wait till they see the back of that watch. It is so cool. Because you know, the only other watch that we have that even kind of starts to look like that
Maurice Lacroix.
is the Maurice Lacroix Crazy Expensive. That's what it's called. It's called from the Crazy Expensive collection.
And these have Swiss-made movements, these MOMOs do.
Now, if you would like to have a watch that's tougher than steel, how about tungsten? The 45mm Tungsten Pro chronograph is the new offering in the tungsten bracelet instead of the silicone strap, which is what I bought. And the price point that I had was very similar to what we're seeing with the one with the all-tungsten bracelet. These sold like crazy last week, Megan, because this material, which is a rare material, has the same weight and density as gold. So if you want to have the weight and look of, say, white gold, you've got it with the beautiful Tungsten Pro chronograph. This watch has a sapphire crystal, not Sapphitech, and you have a Swiss movement on the inside. This watch is incredible because think about how many times we've seen jewelry, such as a wedding ring made of tungsten. Here the whole watch is. 71242 will get you the Swiss Legend 45mm Tungsten Pro. We're going to show you that in just a moment. But before we do, Megan has to tell you about the universe of diamonds.
Only 2 are available of my hot pick, the 37mm Odyssey Galaxy, and with good reason too. You are looking at a true work of art here with this incredible timepiece. Very quickly, I'd like to show it to you on the wrist because this is all blinged out. You have over a carat of diamonds. You actually, the minimum diamond weight is 1 carat, 22 points. So you're just about a carat and a quarter of genuine diamonds. The diamonds are all over the dial. They're all around that bezel, framing that sapphire crystal. You can find them completely encrusted on the crown extender and around your actual crown. You've got this gorgeous color combination here of the black and rose, and then this rich, dark chocolate brown for your satin leather strap. Once again, look at this. You can see why they call this the Odyssey Galaxy, because this almost looks like you are looking at a starry night sky. All of those beautiful diamonds, almost in an interesting swirl pattern. It's really quite well done how they've done this. That's why Clerk is at the pinnacle of some of the most amazing watches that are made in the world. And we've only have 2 available of this timepiece, so please take advantage. If you know a deal and you want a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have something that is so breathtaking, this is the way to go. $433.33. That's a payment.
How do those diamonds look? Megan's just pulled out a diamond scope to check out those diamonds. Are they all blurry and cloudy and cheap?
No, these are perfectly matched, perfectly spaced. I would call them, I call diamonds like this engagement quality, because it's the kind of thing you would want to have on an engagement ring.
Yeah, they're probably H in color, VSI in clarity.
Wow.
And they are all set in a jeweler's setting there. Those are not just kind of clamped in as you would expect with maybe that price point. Look at this watch. Absolutely beautiful. This is the limited edition Matador. One of the first things you notice is that beautiful dual barrel or dual open heart configuration. 2 barrels beating away that are allowing this watch to keep, and remember, this is just gears and levers and springs. There's 200 parts in this watch. Let me just stress that to you. 200 parts in the watch. And it's going to not only give you the hour, the minute, the seconds, a secondary time zone, the dual beating hearts, which are keeping time. Notice the perlage that's back behind there. Notice all of that beautiful texturing that's on the dial. You'll also notice that there is a retrograde power reserve indicator at the 6 o'clock position, something you normally only see on very expensive high-end watches. You're also going to notice that they have used a exhibition, a dual deployant clasp, and there's an exhibition back on the watch, so that even though you're not looking into the beating hearts, because those are on the front, you can still see the rotor. You still have 50 meters of water resistance in this watch, and yet they've still used here a gold-plated deployant. Can you believe that? All of this for under $300. We think that's remarkable. And it's only $50 to get this limited edition piece home. Over half the quantity has been sold, and if you act now, you can bring one of these home to you. 283090, the Lucien Piccard 48mm Matador.
Now this is a big, bad, bold timepiece, and it's so exciting because I wasn't here when you actually debuted this last week with Niso Barocas.
It was very exciting.
On the show. It's just really cool because I know Eleni Barocas watches from, 10, 15 years ago, and a lot of them were really oversized, very European stylized designs, and it's really awesome that we've now have that in-house, and we're bringing out our company, Swiss Watch International, our brand heritage, our sort of DNA, and mixing that with this cool design and this aesthetic.
Well, he really has captured a feel for 21st century watches, because it would have been easy to stick with what they already had, which is that large, oversized Italian-style watch. But they've also seen what people in the watch world are just loving. And their style, which here in the Genesis is the only automatic version. The others are quartz movement. This really does stand out. Notice there's a beautiful black cabochon right there on the crown. The crown is offset at the 4 o'clock position. You have the hour, the minute, a continuously operating sweep hand, and a 6 o'clock that truly forms a bridge from the 7 o'clock to the 5 o'clock position. Notice it's a custom strap. It has to be to meet up so perfectly with the case, yet they've used 2 pieces of bright work to help attach that strap to the watch. You'll also notice there is an exhibition back on this. There is 200 meters of water resistance. This is not just a pretty face. So I wish it did have a rotating bezel so we could declare it an official dive watch, but no. This is still a great dive companion and one certainly that you're going to love having out there in the water. The PTS 2650 Chinese automatic movement in there is going to be reliable and accurate. I mean, good heavens, if the Chinese can build our iPhones, I'll let them build my watch.
Fair enough.
I'm serious.
I agree with you.
And you notice that even though this is a beautiful silicone strap, he's also put a deploy it clasp on here. Now, these are easy to operate. All you have to do, once you release that right there, is insert the strap to where you want it to be for your size wrist.
This is a really nice touch because they could have just gone with a silicone, with a buckle strap on the silicone, but this makes it feel expensive. This makes it feel like you're really getting something of quality because what kind of brands do we see that use closures like that on rubber straps? Omega, high-end Swiss-made watch where you blow. That's what you expect from brands like that. And so to get it on a watch that we're selling you for $180, that's also an automatic. It's very exciting.
Well, you will not believe the price. When you get this watch home, you're going to be amazed that you paid so little. Like, surely they made a mistake on this. Now, if you don't believe me, we're not just going to give you 30 days. We're going to give you all the way to January 31st to make your decision, because that's your extended return time. Remember, we always have free shipping, and this watch will come to you for only 30 bucks.
That looks so cool.
Doesn't that look great?
I like that because it's such a thick case, and I always talk about this with Leany watches because I can even wear most of them with my 6-inch wrist. They are always so incredibly curved. Look at how well that follows the contours of the wrist. And yet, this will feel the exact same on a wrist size that is 8 inches or 9 inches because that's what the strap will accommodate, and that's how the case will lay. It's really quite well done how they've constructed this.
So comfortable. You and I both know we can tell the difference between a rubber strap and a silicone strap just at that moment of touch because the silicone is so much more supple on the wrist and in the hand. And it really does look good. Folks, we're going to show you one more video. Well, you want to show this in person, Megan?
Yes.
You do. You just...
I have to. I know. Our director's like, okay, we can mention. I'm like, no. I love black and rose. And here, I'll hold it up against my wrist so you can see. I love black and rose, whether it's luxury timepieces or sport timepieces, because I love the elegance and the rarity that rose tone offers, because we don't see it as often, right? Rose gold jewelry is always more expensive, so it's not, seen as often in jewelry stores. It always feels a little bit more special. And then seeing it with black, it just has this nice contrast of sort of warming each other up. Look at how well this lays. I have a 6-inch wrist. Now, if I cinch this down to the tightest closure, just in the instance of time, I didn't want to bother with that. Look at how it follows the shape of my wrist as well, just like it did on Wiley's wrist. Here you can see once again how they've done the plating inside the dial where it's almost a brushed finishing, but yet the hour markers still really pop. What's also really nice is that the two main hands, your hour hand and your minute hand, are filled in with super luminova. So during the day, they provide this nice contrast of being a stark white. But at night, those will light up and you'll be able to tell the time very easily. That bridge style configuration that makes the shape of the 6 is so cool. Again, that thick curved case and the way it flows perfectly into that tapered silicone strap. Try it out. At this point, here's all you have to lose. Put $30 down on any major credit card. If we ship it to you and it's not everything we said it would be, if it's not the style of the person you give it to, if it's not your style, you have a free return policy right now until January 31st. And returns are free as well. So we will give you your full money back and you'll never even pay for shipping there or shipping back to us. You have nothing to lose except if you wait, because then the price goes up. And this is going to be one stressful payment of $240 when it could have been stress-free at $30 a month. Ha ha ha. 296124.
The only thing you'll lose is the stigma of having an ugly watch, because now you'll have a beautiful watch. Now, Megan, we had some mixed reviews on this. This is one of those watches you have to decide. I loved it. It sold like crazy because of how unique it is, but it's almost polarizing in its appearance. Tell me what you think of that.
You know what? The first thing I thought of was it reminded me of how much I liked that Michael Kors last hour, because I like when you see a nice pop of color in the dial. And what's interesting about this is it's a really pared down timepiece. I mean, you're just talking about silver tone here. What's cool is that they did go for the almost bronze, I'm going to call it like a bronze color for the ionic plating that they did on the bezel. But even that could be, you know, more traditional. It's really when you see the pop of blue with that sun ray dial. And the reason I think this is such a popular choice, the reason why I think this is such a big seller, is because if you're like me out there and you like classics with a twist, this is a good way to go. Because, again, you're looking at the timepiece from the side profile. Oh, I like that it's stamped in there, Invicta. You're looking at the silver tone. You're looking at that brown, that almost bronze color. But then it isn't until your wrist turns or you catch your wrist when you're looking at the time that you see that bright color. And that's what's so fun. Sure, maybe at $425 to play around with color like this might not be something you'd be as want to do. Maybe, you know, you could think, well, I'd rather get something I could wear a little bit more if it's $400 to $500. But you're getting that $400 watch for $80 with us. So if you're under $100, now you've got some wiggle room. Now you can sort of play around. You want to have something with a bit of color. This is a cool way to go. And that's what I like, is where we could show you something that, yeah, maybe is a bit polarizing. And maybe at the retail price, you might not want to spend this kind of money on something that's a little too crazy. But the fact that you're able to afford it and pay it off if you choose to go with the 6 payments, to me it's like, all right, I don't have to think about it. Now, if I want it, sure, it's only $80. What's the worst that could happen? I wear it a couple of times a month with a white shirt or a matching blue shirt, and I've already made back the money I spent on it.
And it's a classic size at 40 millimeters. Either a gentleman or a lady can wear this. And you'll notice that even Rolex still has gentlemen's watches in the sub 40 millimeter category. So you're pulling from a lot of classic look that is well established in the watch world, and that's probably one of the most beautiful light blue dials. And again, do not hesitate, because only $13.33 allows you to get this great stocking stuffer, that gift for husband, nephew, that son, that person in your world that's going to absolutely be delighted to get that watch. And you never have to tell them you didn't pay the $425.
All right, moving on to MOMO Design 282997. Something very special here, the 45 millimeter Evo mechanical. Now this one we're going to mention because I've got the other color variation right here. First things first, 45 millimeter. In this variation, you're looking at all black ionic plating with a silver tone bezel screwed down and the black and silver tone dial. Numbered limited edition. You see in the dial there at the 6 o'clock position, it says Italy made. Just above that, you'll see a serial number. You have your own unique numbered limited edition on a $2,000 MOMO. Now, a mechanical isn't an automatic. The difference is, of course, that an automatic timepiece is a mechanical that has the option of a rotor. So it spins freely, powering up your movement as you wear it. A mechanical requires you to have an actual relationship with your timepiece. You actually have to hand wind it to keep it running. Inside this Italian designed watch is a Swiss-made ETA 6497 mechanical movement.
That's a 17 joule
mechanical movement.
Correct.
So this is something like we've talked about in the show where you have a relationship with your timepiece. You actually have to wind the crown to get it running. So Italian design, Swiss-made parts on the inside there with that ETA 6497 movement. And look at what we're doing for a deal. Now these are very kind of aggressive. I always like the industrial look of these because here you'll notice there are also no lugs. It's really the 45 millimeter case that's been fully integrated with the bracelet, so it's going to be very easy to wear. You also get sapphire crystals on there. 6 payments. Please take advantage of this. A $2,000 watch for $350, and you can pay it off. That means you put $58 down right now. We ship this to you for free. You'll have 5 more interest-free payments at $58.33. Yet you're wearing the watch or you've given the watch the entire time. It's not layaway. We're already going to give you the watch after your first payment. 282997, the 45 millimeter numbered limited edition from MOMO.
Sangue de Juda wine.
Okay.
Lamborghini MOMO design watch. You know what they all have in common?
Italian design?
Italian made.
Ah.
This watch is Italian design, Italian made. MOMO is known for their great automotive accessory design. That's why their logo kind of looks like a steering wheel, and you can see it applied over the open heart at the 6 o'clock position. This 45 millimeter Evo automatic is a beautiful, beautiful watch.
Now this one is an automatic, but this does not have a Swiss-made movement inside. This one uses a Miyota 8250 movement inside. So you're getting a top quality, really one of the premier Japanese movements inside on this particular variation.
And, you know, of course, with MOMO, they're going to do everything they can to make sure you have unique design, unique style. And here in this configuration, I think this could easily be worn to the office or almost to any occasion. It does kind of dress up nice because it almost looks German at times with its kind of Bauhaus design, but it's kind of, I think, the automotive influence that does that. And if someone told you this was a German watch, you would not hesitate because it has very much that strong look. Also with MOMO, you'll notice that stainless steel almost has the look of titanium.
Yes.
Because they've not used a brush finish. They've not used what I would even call a satin finish. It's just something about it that has
It's a matte finish.
It is. And it's a sandwich style case, beautiful watch. If you want to go pay retail, pay $1,400. You're not going to feel good about it. We took $1,000 off of that price to make it $379. Then dropped it again for the holidays for $249. Then put it on 6 stress-free, interest-free payments.
This is one of the most, sorry for interrupting, but this is one of the most affordable automatic MOMOs that we ever air on the show. At $250 for an automatic of this design, we don't really traditionally go lower than $250.
Not for MOMO. Good heavens. I mean, you're just getting a lot of watch and a lot of style. So go ahead and consider that for your collection, 283004 for that MOMO design. Now let's make things a little deeper. How about taking things to the abyss? The 46 millimeter Abyssos automatic is a beautiful Swiss-made deep dive watch. How deep? Well, if you're looking for an authentic dive watch, you're going to need 200 meters of water resistance, and you're going to need a uni-rotating bezel. Well, this has the uni-rotating bezel, but it has 1,000 meters of water resistance. This is far more capability than the average human being is going to need, but don't you know, I guess if you own a Ferrari and it can go 200 miles an hour, there's probably a good chance you'll never take it up to it unless you have a private track somewhere, but you could if you wanted to. If you happen to have an SUV that has, you know, all-time, all-wheel drive, and it could literally climb the Matterhorn, you won't, but you could. Well, here's a watch that could take you 1,000 meters down. There's a good chance, unless you're, you know, hunting for buried treasure, you're not going to go down that far, but you could. Now, the watch doesn't just look good in daylight. This beautiful Swiss-made automatic looks good at night, too. Look at that Superluminova on that watch. That looks incredible. Easy to read. It needs to be because that can save your life. The watch is $1,500. We've taken $1,000 off and marked it down to $499. For the program, we're able to put it down to $279. It comes in a beautiful, water-resistant, watertight, 3-slot watch box. Some of you have been clamoring to buy our 6-slot watch box. This comes with a 3-slot waterproof watch box because you can put it and 2 of its not-so-water-resistant friends in. That looks good. Even though it's an oversized watch at 46 millimeters, look at how the lugs wrap down. And notice that the strap on the watch automatically conforms to the shape of the lugs. So that's a custom strap on that watch. This is one of the thickest, toughest pieces of Safetec crystal ever made because not only is it going to be scratch resistant, it also has to be able to be tested and handle the 1,000 meters of water resistance. Can Safetec handle it? So much so that we've put a 5-year warranty on that movement and a 10-year warranty on the crystal. I want you to take a peek just for a moment to take a look right here, because coming into view is that beautiful 3-slot watch box. You see, you're not just getting the beautiful watch. Look at this.
This is so cool.
Isn't that cool? I like to just walk through airports with this.
With a little handcuff.
Yes. Well, that's usually required because of the ankle bracelet. But this, not a bracelet, like, you know what I mean? Ankle monitor. I guess a bracelet would be kind of taking away from the Swiss Legend. Let's move on. This 46mm Abisos comes in this beautiful 3-slot watch box. Now, this is going to be some information that comes with it that's going to tell you a lot about your watch. But there is what you're really concerned with. Now, why a watertight box? Well, yes, the Abisos might be watertight to 1,000 meters, but maybe it's got 2 friends, like that Clerk, or maybe one of the other watches that's not as deep diveable, and you can put it in here, and you know that if you're heading out there on vacation, you have a watch that's going to be protected from the elements, and it's going to not just be protected, it's going to look good doing so. So you're getting the watch box, you're getting the watch, all of this for $279.99. Only $46 gets it home. That's your first of 6, let me say it again, 6 stress-free, interest-free payments. That is quite a bargain. So you better act now, because these are not going to last. Not at this price, not at this offer. And you don't have to make the big decision. You can make a decision of only $46 and we'll send it to you. Then you have, right now, 6 weeks. 6 weeks to decide, is this the right watch? Because after the holidays, somebody goes, oh, I love it. And then they go, not really. Well, then send it back. We'll pay for it to come back to us. But I feel pretty confident it's going to stay right there in your home and right there on their wrist. This is perfect for that father, for that son, for that grandson, for that nephew. You've been trying to figure out what to get him. Go ahead and get him a $1,500 watch. Leave the price tag on there. You never have to tell him you only paid $46 a month until you got to $279. Congratulations to all of you who've picked it up.
Now, if you don't want something with the rose tone, maybe you want to be a bit more classic, we have another variation here done in black and silver tone. Same great price of $270. Here, 6 payments of $45, $274,852. Once again, you've got a black dial with a black bezel insert in that 46mm case. It's going to wear like a 48mm. Just keep that in mind. And it's about 19.5mm in thickness alone. This is your bragging rights watch. I know you gentlemen out there, you like to brag. You've got the car, you've got the watch. Now you need to just go find the girl. $274,852. $269.99, again, 6 payments, and that includes the 5-year warranty on the movement inside, the Swiss-made STP 1-11. That is a Swiss-made automatic movement inside, a 27-jewel automatic movement. The most comparable automatic movement you could compare it to would be an ETA 2824. So if it's on par with that, you know you've got something very top tier inside. You also have the only crystal in the watch industry with a warranty against scratching. And that you can't compare to anything, because Swiss Legend is the only one to offer a brand like that.
Megan,
yes.
What billboard haunts us coming in that we've talked about over and over again?
Did you see that it's been changed and now it's like a Gucci?
I did. Finally, there has been a Hublot billboard that has been taunting. I actually had the Hublot and this side by side, and I called Nisa out on it. I said, "Do you notice this looks a lot like the $17,000 Hublot?" He goes, "Yes. What's your point?" I said, "You've pulled some inspiration." He goes, "Absolutely." He said, "It's one of the most beautiful watches out there, and people have requested, they've wanted to have a similar look, but in the Swiss Legend brand, all Swiss made, with a better warranty, and at a fraction of the price." Look at that, $279 for a look that some people could easily mistake for a $17,000 watch. Is it a $17,000 watch? No. But it is a Swiss Legend with a 5-year warranty on the movement, 10-year on the crystal, and an awful lot of great look.
I love that you're just always calling out our VPs.
Because he's not here, he's not watching.
He is. All right, well, we are at the halfway point of our time together. That means we're going to do a top 10. We're going to see what the 10 best-selling items of the show are. Now, because the entire lineup is posted at WorldofWatches.com, This top 10 might feature items slated for tomorrow night's show or slated for next hour. We never know.
But you don't have to wait.
We have
you can
no
buy
idea.
now.
You can go to WorldofWatches.com and shop right now. And this is always very exciting for us because we never have any idea where the show is going. Really,
that's so true.
That's a loaded statement. But this is a fun way for everybody out there to see where your picks rank among everyone else's. So, without further ado,
what does it do? I don't know. Well, we don't have any further. How about...
Look at this one. See, we did not even air this color combo. And here we go. Great example.
This is the 48mm S1 Rally. This is a great way to get into an Invicta watch with all that style pop. This looks like you're stepping out of a Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
You know, ooh, I've got my Ferrari and I've got my Invicta. For only $89.99. I don't know what accent that was, but you're able to get this watch for only 15 bucks. It's going to come in full packaging with its full warranty, and if you give this as a gift, somebody's going to be very pleased at your good taste and sporting nature. 282927 for the Invicta S1 Rally. And that's a GMT, secondary time zone on that watch too. How practical. How about Ben & Sons, the 44mm Marshall multifunction? We like our chronographs, but we have a multifunction. You get much more functionality. Here, you're getting not just the time, the hour, and the minute, but you're also getting your sweep hand as well as a day complication and a date complication. All of this in this beautiful watch at a fraction of the price that you should be paying for it. Even our $85 price has been slashed to $74.99 and only $12. Get that, Megan, $12.50 gets a Ben & Sons home. Now that'll be a great gift for somebody. 287671 will get the Marshall home to you. Right behind that is a watch just like the one you saw before, different color variation. It's the 48mm S1 Rally GMT. Once again, maybe not all that pop and flash of the bright red, but this looks beautiful in the subdued racing green and white dial. Try to say that 3 times fast. Only $99.
All right, coming up at number 7, something very classic for the ladies, the all-new La Belle from Lucien Picard. Here, this is a wardrobe staple for the sophisticated lady who is looking for a timepiece that she can wear with everything in her wardrobe. It's a modest 27mm case, all done in silver tone, so already it's going to go with everything. Here, you've got that beautiful bright white dial. And then notice what they've done. 12 individual bezel set crystals to mirror diamond hour markers, and those same Austrian crystals then filling the entire bezel. This is understated elegance at an affordable price. $15 gets this shipped to your door with a 5-year warranty on the Japanese movement inside. It is a Miyota movement inside. And $89.99 only until tomorrow night at midnight. 296139. That's number 7.
And look what popped up. It's the 49mm Pro Diver. This beautiful watch is an Digital, which means you have not only an analog display, but a digital display and 300 meters of water resistance. Now that Digital mechanism is tied together in a simple pull of the crown and rotating it, not all the way around, making multiple revolutions, but just holding it in place like it's a lever, will cause the time to set, and it is much easier to set than if you had to twist it all the way around. $119.99, only $20 gets it home. It's a brand new arrival, and we can't guarantee how long we're going to have Invicta on the show. Now, we're the #1 sellers, authorized sellers of Invicta practically on the planet, certainly in the United States. We do not want this one to get away from you. While we've got them, we want them home to you. Only $20 gets it there. Don't pay $600-700 in the retail world, or even our WOW price, which it'll be back up to that at midnight on Sunday. Right now, $119.99. You like this one, Megan?
I do like this one. You know what's funny is I was thinking about it when we were airing it, that the digital readout is great because it does mirror the currently displayed time in the analog, and that's nice because for some people, if they just really need to know very quickly what time it is, just write down, you can get it in a second. Coming up right after that, this is number 5,
hey.
220781. This watch is always a popular seller. No wonder it's in our Dress to Impress hour. Here for $160, you get the 42 millimeter Skylar. Now here's what's fun about this watch. You see slight bit of sparkle there when the watch gets turned to the side? That's because all of the crystals on this timepiece are actually placed around the case underneath that first bezel. So you really only see the bling from a side angle. When you're looking at it just like that, head on, it just looks like a monochromatic gold tone timepiece. It's really slick how they've done that. We took over $100 off a brand new Michaels Kors. This in and of itself is reason enough to never purchase another watch like this at the mall again. Here we're always going to save you money and ship it to you for free. $26.67 gets it on home. 220781. The Skylar is number 5. Number 4, look at that, 296122, the 50 millimeter Genesis Prime. We just aired this brand new watch from Alini Barocas, and already it's in our top 5. Here, you've got a Chinese automatic movement inside, very top tier movement. You've also got 200 meters of water resistance on this thick but curved case. As we saw, it does size down to even my 6-inch wrist with this massive 50 millimeter case. It's a combination of stainless steel and silicone, done in a really awesome, almost industrial, raw way. I love the fact that you get a skeletonized dial that allows you to see right through your watch at the inner workings of what makes the Genesis tick. 296122, $30. You are at $1 a day with the Genesis.
Well, let's go to the Ultra Limited Edition. Buy 200 pieces for the entire planet. The 46 millimeter Matador Automatic GMT. Yes, you have the hour, the minute, continuously operating sweep hand, but you also have a secondary hand for your GMT, your Greenwich Mean Time, or secondary time zone. It's a watch that is comprised of over 200 parts, and it has the 2HR851 automatic movement inside. That's a 42 joule automatic with 44 hours of power reserve. There's even 50 meters of water resistance in that beautiful dress watch. Do not hesitate to get this one home because it's normally $1,000, and well, it should be because of its limited run. But you're getting it at half price once it's at the wow price, $499. Ladies and gentlemen, we're able to get this. We're going to get this to you for $299.99. That's incredible because only $50 gets it home. That's remarkable. So remember, 2830 and those other numbers will get you that watch to you. They do that to me all the time. Now, realize, do we actually have these? We only have a handful because
we sold out of the
our
other.
6-slot watch boxes sold out. They've actually gone to the vault. Normally, we would not make a run of these because there's not enough to put them on the show. But if you will call in right now, this is literally the last of the 10-slot watch boxes. This was not even slated for the show. But because we don't want to disappoint, there is, literally a handful. You've seen the watches we've had with only 1 or 2 of them. There's just a couple of these to go around, so if you will act now for only $8.33, we will send you the $50 10-slot watch box. These, we do not have enough to go around, so this will probably be the only time we'll mention it on the program. Don't pay $200 in the mall for these. Even our $90 price, which we were selling them like crazy for $90, we've marked it down to $49.99, and for only $8.33, you can get a 10-slot leather watch box home with that beautiful contrast stitching and our logo, the World of Watches logo, on the top. 279418 for the World of Watches 10-slot watch box. What are we at, number 2?
All right, and number 1 is... we have not even aired this watch yet. In fact,
we just
only got a mention. That's right. 122637. This right here means you know a deal when you see one. You know what's great about investing in a Movado timepiece? It's never going to go out of style. The classic museum dial, which actually has been in a museum before. It's not just the name. This is the iconic Movado look, where even if you knew nothing about watches, you would recognize a Movado timepiece like this with a concave dot at the 12 o'clock position. 38 millimeters means, ladies, this one is for us. It's slimline design all the way around, beautiful silver tone with the integrated textured bracelet. Notice the center links on on the stainless steel bracelet, how they each have their own individual circle meant to mirror the concave dot found on the dial, which Wiley explained to them what that is.
That is an homage to the rising sun. And if this looks like a new trendy design, do you realize that design of dial has been there for 68 years?
That's amazing.
And
That's
it's still
it's timeless.
It's holding its own. And it was originally created in 1947, and by 1960, it had received such recognition as being iconic of time itself. It was put on permanent display in the Museum of Modern Art, and now that same dial can be on your wrist for $50 a month. That's your first of 6 stress-free interest-free payments. Obviously, you know a great deal when you see one, and a beauty when you see it. 122637 is going to get that beautiful 38mm Luno Movado home to you.
All right, well, time for the second portion of our show, and what better way than with the Swiss Legend Classic. So glad to see this back, and I can't believe we dropped this. See, this is what I was saying, this is going to be this, all we say this hour. I can't believe we dropped the price again. $190 on this timepiece for a full tungsten watch. That's what we should reserve for the tungsten that's on the silicone strap. But here, you get the full tungsten case bezel bracelet.
An absolutely stunning timepiece. I actually called out David Z
Here we
and
go.
Niso on the air because I said, hey, I bought this with a silicone strap. I know we don't sell parts, but can I get at least a tungsten bracelet? And they were like, we'll see us after the show. Because I now really want this. I mean, it is, pick up your watch just for a second. That is the exact same density and weight of gold. In fact, in some places, it is expensive to actually have the gold as a weight measurement against gold. If you're like trying to sell gold, they can use tungsten to take up the, like if you're thinking about a scale and you're measuring out gold. Of course, we're much more specific now. But it is a rare metal. I mean, think about the jewelry. Think about the wedding rings and so forth that sell. I mean, there are rings that sell for $189. Here you're getting the whole watch. And it's not coated. This is not some sort of chroming that's done to the surface. When tungsten is put into high mirror polish, this is what it looks like. This is not going to chip off. It's not going to flake. And making everyone nervous last week in your absence, I began running my tactical pin all across the surface. And you know what happened? Nothing. Because it absolutely is that tough. So when you're dealing with beautiful sapphire crystal, when you're dealing with tungsten, you know it's going to look good for years and years and years to come. I think they've done a really good job. And might I just emphasize that, even though you're seeing Swiss Legend, they went ahead and just so no one could raise a flag, they put a sapphire crystal in there. So you've got a 5-year warranty on the movement. You have sapphire crystal, you know how scratch resistant that is. And you happen to have tungsten, which is as tough as you're going to get with the weight of gold. I happen to have mine on my wrist right now, and then they're going to flash over to Megan, who happens to have this Superman version on. So take a look just for a second on the black and tungsten.
Nice.
That looks good, doesn't it? Look at that.
I like
Generous
that tie
amount
you're
of
wearing.
bracelet. Why, thank you. Our glorious leader, David Block, suggested I wear a tie. He said it'll make you look smarter.
It's working.
Really?
You look it.
Oh, thanks. How did I get here?
Well, we've transitioned over, but we want to give you the correct item number because
Ooh.
we're still talking about a black dial. I want you to see that while this is appearing very dark, it's actually a rich, rich, saturated blue.
Can you hold them up side by side and see
Yes,
if that
sir.
helps people see? Coming
I think
close.
that tie just makes you bossy.
Why don't you pull that up right now, Megan?
So you can really see that that's black when you hold it up against this one right here, which is a dark, dark navy blue. I'm partial to this one because I always like a little bit of color in the dial, a little bit of personality there. Gentlemen, your wife, your girlfriend, maybe your daughter, she owns a ceramic timepiece. Maybe you saw on the show us talking about ceramic and you picked one up for her. Because we're always talking about it's a watch that you could practically live in and it's never going to show wear and tear and age. Tungsten is the masculine version for you. This is a little insurance policy on your wrist, meaning it doesn't matter how hard you are on your timepieces, you would actually have to try to knock around and bang around this watch. It is scratch resistant, it is non-porous, it is hypoallergenic. It's just like ceramic in the sense that I call it the wonder material. This is the kind of watch that whether you wear it to the gym or to the office, you will always have a watch. 10, 20 years from now, this watch is going to look brand new, always.
And we all, listen, and since we're coming into gift giving, we all know that person that's really, really rough on a watch. Having
I'm
sapphire
that person in my family and life.
You just got your phone replaced after it was coammied for who knows how long. I'm wearing my bossy tie. Do not make me angry, Megan. Well, this is the watch for the person who obviously is a little rough on watches. Now, this watch looks so good. It really does. Wait till you see this one in person. This is the 46 millimeter EOgraph chronograph. This is just one of those watches that, to me, looks very high-end. It looks like it's coming out of one of the high-end watch houses. Instead, it is straight from us at bargain prices. The $179 price is the right price for this watch. Actually, about $200. That's the cap on the watch. I think $795 is a great suggestion for what you might find in the watch world. $200 on this watch, day in and day out, is great. $79.99, are you kidding me? This is a brand new design.
No, this is actually a timepiece that is not brand new, believe it or not.
It hasn't been here in a long time,
well, the funny thing is the EOgraph is a classic timepiece. It's really not brand new at all. It's been around for a number of years.
Oh, really?
Here's the deal. It is so popular on our website that we literally never, ever, ever get to air it live because it always sells out. So that's why this is such a big deal right now. Having the EOgraph and being able to present it to you live and having it on 6 payments is something that never happens because it sells out on our website every day at 180.
But this is like fresh and contemporary. If you would have told me that this was, I mean, I've been
it's not
here.
that old.
Well, I've been here 10 months, almost 11 months now.
I can't believe that.
No, wait. Yeah, 11 months now.
It's like aging in dog years. Feels forever.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. Do I talk about your hands on the air? No.
Famous hands.
They're beautiful hands. I love your nails. Look at... Distraction. Folks, we really do love this watch because for $79, you're getting all the look of a classic, expensive timepiece, but at a fraction of the price of what you would normally expect to pay. The watch truly, with its solid links, its classic design, all the way down to that beautiful bezel, really bespeaks of a watch that looks like it cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. In fact, let me slip it on the wrist just so you can see how it wears, and you'll see that there is no way anyone's going to figure out you paid $79 for that watch. I mean, look at that. You know, this is something you can wear to the office. This is something you can easily wear out to dinner. Yet the watch is tough enough that if you're going out and you wanted to jump in the water, go snorkeling, head in the pool, this is the watch to do it in.
I think this is a great watch also to get a young man, maybe somebody about your son's age or a little bit older, where he doesn't necessarily maybe need a watch for different occasions, but that one watch he can wear to everything. This is a great, I didn't mean to get my hand in there. This is a great starter watch, you know, for a young man, a great high school graduation or college graduation present.
Do you know what I love about you, Megan? Many things, but one of them is that you would assume this is the watch that he would wear it. But he's already texting me like, Dad, are you wearing a Quorum?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, seriously,
I don't mean
son.
your son because he has a great watch collection. I mean, you know.
But I mean, he is 18 years old, and I think you've hit it square on the head. And that is, if somebody was starting out, if they were 14, 15 years old, and you wanted to get them a classic watch, or if it was your dad or grandfather, and it's like, here is a piece that looks like it could fit into any era, except it's a modern size at 46 millimeters. You hand this to your grandfather, and they're going to love that watch. So don't you have watch collectors in your family?
I do, my father.
Would he not love that? I mean, is this not just a great everyday watch?
Yeah, I think he would actually like this next variation even more, believe it or not.
Oh.
Because with a little bit of color in the dial. He tends to wear a lot of dark colored watches and suits. 80151, here's that EOgraph. Instead of a monochromatic silver tone, we're talking about a black dial, everything else silver tone. What's nice about the EOgraphs, and I've often thought this, because we used to have it on the show in a silicone strap, but that has long since been retired. These are bigger cases, yes, but did you notice how it's a slimmer design?
Oh, it fit very well, flush on the wrist.
What's nice about this, yeah, is, for example, we're speaking about my dad. My dad doesn't typically wear watches that are larger than about 44 millimeters. He likes them a much more classic size. But something like this, being a bigger case, but being so slim, you can still feel very comfortable, like it's not taking up too much real estate. Because let's be honest, not every man is comfortable in the Invicta Bolt, right? Or the Swiss Legend Abisos. It's really thick. But something like this, you think maybe you want to try a bigger case, but you're not quite sure how it will feel. Go for the EOgraph because it's a slimline design. It's still easy enough to fit under the cuff of a dress shirt.
But you know, one of the most popular colors right now is that vibrant blue that we've seen. If we only had this in like a blue color, because I like the silver, I like the black. But
well, let's see what we can do.
It's almost like
this
we
would
knew
look
that
nice
was
with
coming.
your blue shirt.
Or
blue jeans.
Or your dress.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this looks nice. If you want to have the boyfriend watch look on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I bet your boyfriend has nicer
I prefer
watches.
just the boyfriend on my arm.
Aww. Then I'll take the watch. 46 millimeter EOgraph in the beautiful blue dial. I cannot tell you how stunning this watch is. In fact, we're not going to just dwell on it real long because you have 3 great configurations. You can certainly check it out online. We know that this watch sells itself. Its style, its durability, and its value. Only $13.33 to get it home. We think this is one of the best holiday deals out there, and it's going to make an incredible gift. So go ahead, 80153, the Swiss Legend 40, sorry, you know this denture cream, it does not hold. You know, I bought it at like Value Mart, and the stuff is, there we go. Sorry about that. When they slip, it's bad. All right, let's just take a look at, do you like the Belleza?
I do, actually. This watch has been around for maybe about 2 years now. And what's nice about the Belleza is it comes in many different flavors on our website, so to speak. And my favorite, even more so than the watch itself, is the strap. And that is my favorite thing about the Belleza.
There is no way that is it. I want to say Belleza.
Really?
I do. It's Belleza. But there is no way that is a genuine alligator strap on there for $49.
It is.
Folks, I'm not, it's a Hadley Roma strap. And I'm not going to tell you to throw the watch away, but if you want a really nice alligator strap, go ahead. You can have an extra watch head just in case. Folks, I have to say this is beautiful. I feel like a Bond villain with this watch. I mean, doesn't that just look gorgeous?
What's amazing, what's amazing is that the watch itself, the actual case and dial, very nice, very easy and clean to wear. I like that it's all silver tone and white. And then here, with this alligator strap, it's a very high fashion look, right? All bright white. But then you go back to the dial, and it's so classic with the Roman numerals and the stick hour markers. And when you turn that around, so they can see the back, you'll notice that the alligator strap comes with quick release pins on either side.
Really?
Here's what's crazy. These are Hadley Roma alligator straps. On our website, and this is something for everybody out there to know, on our website we have an accessories page where you can purchase all different sorts of watch straps and different silicone and exotic skins and leathers for all different styles of watches, not just, you know, for a watch like this. But what's really cool is that the Belleza here at $50, we have this watch for less than the price of most of the straps on our website. So I would say normally you could buy this timepiece and then go to our website and you could purchase other straps. I believe this is a 21 millimeter. It says it on the back.
Look at that.
So you could purchase additional straps because it has the quick release pins. You could very easily just pop it in and out yourself, and it's really easy to do. But interestingly enough, it would actually be more affordable to buy various options of the Belleza. So you get not just straps, but you actually get watches too, and then you can switch them out that way. Strategy.
What do you think? Would you wear that?
Yes, I would very much. We have a number of different Bellezas on the website that I really like. Some of my favorites are we've got like a rose gold tone one with a black dial and an ostrich strap. I think that one's really cool too.
I think I did a video on that watch.
Oh, really?
Really?
Here's how it plays on my 6-inch wrist. Now, of course, it's going to look very big. Of course, you got this wide dial opening, and it's bright white. but the strap is so comfortable. It already feels broken in. We've got alligator, ostrich, some lizard, and genuine leather in the Bellezza collection. So go to WorldofWatches.com and see which one suits you best. If you're ordering anything else this weekend, throw this onto your order. For $8.33 a month, you won't even notice, and you're going to get some great timepieces in exchange.
Okay, let's just shift gears one more moment to some more sport luxury. Technomarine has been around since 1997. And when they make their introduction, not just in Switzerland, but being able to see them in places like the French Riviera, Monaco, it's where the rich would love to play. But you don't want to damage your high-end watch. If you've paid $30, $40, $50, or $100,000 for a watch, you just don't want to put anything on your wrist when you're playing. Well, that's where Technomarine came in. Here, this watch, you know, with 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, Swiss made. The watch just looks great. The case is a combination of stainless steel, the beautiful blue IP plating that's on there. Look at that. I mean, this watch just stands out. There is no doubt about it. As you come in even closer, you're going to notice some of the style elements within it. Now, if you were to start the chronograph, you're going to notice your hour, your minutes. You have tenths of a second, as well as your second totaler. And then you have your minute totaler. But notice this star right here that's rotating, that has just a little color on one point, is also your continuously running small seconds. I think that looks incredible. Now remember, this watch normally would sell at a price of $1,300. When we marked it down to $639, we think that's an exceptional price. But now you're able to get it for only $379. You're $900 off the retail price. Let me say that again. If you want to go to the mall or the jewelry store and get this watch, we're saving you $900 from there, because they're going to charge you the $1,300. That's the retail price. That's what it should sell for. Look how good that looks with my shirt. I likes it a lot. Only $63.33 to get it at home. We think this is going to be a great stocking stuffer, a great gift, whether it's for dad or grandpa, whether it's at your nephew, your son. If there's somebody in your world that you want to get them a luxury sport watch, well, you don't get much better than Technomarine, 45 millimeter.
If you're putting a $1,300 watch in a stocking, I would really like to come over for Christmas morning.
But you're putting it at $379.
If you're putting a $380 gift in a stocking, do you want to have another daughter?
We have really... Thank you. You know, it used to be boyfriend, then it was like older boyfriend. Now it's like, can I be your daughter? Thanks, Megan.
Wiley, we're going to have a talk after the show. I'm going to have a new male host tomorrow.
You are going through hosts like nobody's business.
He's going to be amused. 278-621, the UF6 from Technomarine. That's a Swiss-made movement inside.
That's a gorgeous watch. It's a Swiss-made watch.
Really?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Now you feel, yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, well, this makes its debut right now. Or did you wear this last week?
I don't want to tell you how to do it, but you can pretend like it's the debut.
296126, the General Prime Automatic.
This is an incredible watch because you're getting a lot of style. Now, there is a chronograph version of this watch, but this with the stylized protector over the crown, yet you have the exploded oversized Arabic numerals on that skeletonized dial. Makes it easy to read. You're getting all the style of a skeletonized watch, but the readability of one that's well designed, allowing you all the way down to seeing the seconds on the watch. This is beautiful. It's a multi-level case and a multi-level dial. You're getting a lot, I mean a lot of style for under $200. 200 meters of water resistance, and the PTS 2650 Chinese movement on the inside is going to give you great reliability, and it is how we're able to offer it at this holiday special. Brand new watch just offered to the world last week. Should still be at the $240 price, yet we're doing it for $179.99. Only $30 gets it home, 296126. And if you like this color, tell me what you think of
I
rose.
like this next one. I like it in the black and rose tone. 296130. You've got rose tone for the case, black IP for the bezel. That's a unidirectional bezel, by the way. Again, a Chinese automatic movement inside. Vibrant superluminova on the hour and minute hands. Skeletonized, so you can see all the way through the crystal to the movement inside. You've got this massive non-tapered soft touch silicone strap, 200 meters of water resistance, and one of the coolest parts is the oversized crown guard that fashions almost like a lever. 296130. Yes, $30 down gets you an automatic with a 5-year warranty. 283006. The 47 millimeter highway from MOMO is such a popular watch collection on our website. We're going to show you a couple different color variations. This first one, black and red. Now that dial, half of that you'll notice on the left-hand side, that is true polished carbon fiber. You've also got a Citizen Ryota quartz chronograph movement. That's the sound of prices dropping.
That was.
That's what that is.
You know, in the midnight hour, she cried, "Momo." That was old Billy Idol there for you. Before your time, Megan.
Yeah, before you're aging
going.
yourself again. $99.99 or your first payment of $16.66. But Wiley, if you don't like red,
I like
what
blue
can
better.
you do?
I want blue.
Matches your shirt and your tie.
Well,
Which we did get a great tweet online from
my
our
mom.
our friend Keith, who said, "Wiley, you do look good in a tie. Smart and very well dressed."
Thank you, Keith. You'll be hosting the show. Because you noticed last week I had guest host. We're going to be in like a lightsaber duel before this is over. The Megan Awakens.
283007. 6 payments of $16.66. $100. This is the lowest price we've ever gone on these Momo design watches. Please take advantage. These are $600 Italian design watches.
I had a friend with me last week, and he stepped in here to get to see a little bit of what goes on. Saw these watches, could not believe that we had them at $99, and said, "You know, that's a great watch."
The Dive Master is one of the most popular Momo design
Wow.
collections ever. We have it here, $300. Now, why is it a $1,900 watch? You are looking at a crazy water-resistant timepiece. This variation is actually done with a ceramic unidirectional rotating bezel. Swiss-made movement inside. Swiss-made Ronda quartz chronograph movement inside. A massive modified cushion-shaped case in a 48 millimeter. 283016. $50. That's incredible. Nice even round numbers here. $50 down for a $1,900 Momo. Remember to gift yourself something this holiday season. It's very important.
You're doing all this shopping for other people.
You might as well just throw a few things in your
Hesitate
cart.
to throw something on there. You deserve it. We want you to have it. Believe it or not, 2 hours have passed in Swiss Watch International's World of Watches. We have 1 hour left, but don't worry. You have until midnight on Sunday. These prices are going to hold up. But I would go ahead because so much stuff is selling out. You don't want to miss out on these great savings.
It's kind of true. I was just about to say, as we've seen in the show just tonight, an Alpina sold out. Those 6-slot watch boxes have sold out. Lots of things are actually selling out as we move even closer to the third and final hour. So we're going to jump right into it. Keep tweeting us at WowTVChat. You can tweet us 2 ways. You can send us a message using the hashtag AskWowTV, or you can message us directly using @WowTVChat. We are reading and responding to everybody that's been asking questions. I've been doing my best to get back to everybody as quickly as I can.
You know we're getting a phone.
I know we're going to have people call in.
We're getting a phone. You're going to be, I mean, we're live right now. I mean, it's 8:08 Eastern Central Time. Eastern
Standard
I
Time.
just made that up. We're recorded. We're not even here. No, we are live right now. And we are going to have a phone in here. We want to talk to you, so keep tweeting. We want to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe we should have like picture phones so we can see what they're doing at home.
I don't want to see what you guys are doing at home.
Hey, if they can see us, we should see them.
Maybe when I'm not here.
That's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like making me uncomfortable. All right, we're going to jump into a preview and show you what's coming up in our third and final hour where everything is on 6 payments. This is our Dress to Impress hour.
It's the Megan hour.
This is our Dress to Impress hour. 186097, the 39 millimeter Parker. This is such a popular Michael Kors watch, and with good reason. It's really an elegant, affordable timepiece. Well, affordable with us at $160 or the 6 payments.
$26.
$26 for a Michael Kors. I could see Elena wearing a watch like this.
You know, don't get her started because you're absolutely right. My daughter is 15, and this is a watch. Even
He
if you
still won't let me meet her.
because you will poison her. Do you realize you're the most expensive woman I know?
Well, thank you. He
Look-
doesn't get out much.
Look up Imelda Marcos when we're not on the air, okay? Just look up Imelda Marcos.
This Michael Kors timepiece is classic with the T-bar style lugs, all 18-karat rose stone over stainless steel, and beautiful crystals set to look like diamonds. 2 rings around the bezel, and for all of your hour markers, 186097.
We love Eternal Watches. Since 1856, they've been building beautiful timepieces, and they have certainly done themselves a great service with the 42mm wand. It's designed to be an easy-to-read watch, and at a simple glance, you can see the time. Everything from the simplistic stick hour markers that are almost just this little almost a diamond shape there, or just kind of a sliver. And then you have that easy-to-read dual date wheel that just at a glance, the oversized date wheel gives you exactly what you need to know. But even on closer inspection, you notice that it is a cushion shape to that dial. All of this in this beautiful automatic movement, alligator strap, Swiss made, not $7,400. With $6,000 off the retail price, you're able to get this beautiful, classic, elegant timepiece home for only $233. 101465 will get you that gorgeous timepiece. Oris. We had this on the show last week, and I can't tell you, it just generated such a buzz. This watch normally selling at $3,825. It's all Swiss made. It is the highest grade material you're going to find. Now, Oris loves to have things that meet its criteria of being shock resistant, being anti-magnetic, having all of these other elements in there that just make the watch durable, lasting. It's that watch that if you were traveling around the globe, you'd want to have this watch on. $1,679 to make it a little easier. How about $280? That's your first of 6 stress-free interest-free payments for this beautiful Swiss-made watch, sapphire crystal, 316L stainless steel, and all the style, quality, and design you've come to associate with Oris. Then we have to go to a galaxy far, far away. But we'll bring it home closer to you.
We're trying to. 290319, the 37mm Odyssey Galaxy from Clerk. What you are looking at here is a true masterpiece with over a carat of diamonds. In fact, the minimum diamond weight on this one timepiece is 1 carat 22 points. So you're at about a 1 carat and a quarter there on beautiful diamonds, framing that sapphire crystal, completely encrusting the dial. Here, it's all integrated with a beautiful chocolate brown satin leather strap that has a butterfly clasp and a customized closure to look like the Clerk logo. In fact, if you look down just below where it says Megan's Hot Pick at the Clerk logo, you'll notice that it makes the same shape in the diamond encrusted bezel. It's all about sort of seeing that, kind of like how MOMO design, you can sort of see their logos throughout.
Yes.
You can always see it on Clerk as well. We only have 2 of these available, and the price is going to go up from $2,600 to $11,500. Now, that's still going to be $5,000 off the price, but right now, if you can swing it, we've taken 14 grand off the price of a watch, which is honestly so much more than just a watch. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own something that will be in your family for a long, long time to come. 290319.
Now, if Megan's tastes are a little expensive for you, and boy do I feel for her boyfriend, I have to maybe suggest something in the limited edition Lucien Piccard collection. The 46mm Matador, it was named such because the two barrels, the dual barrels that are on there, look like the Matador and Bull. You know, they're facing each other. Just picture the hands being the swords that maybe the Matador might use. This watch is a limited run of only 200 pieces. Coincidentally, there's over 200 parts that make up the watch. Now, it has the 2HR851 automatic movement. Now, that's a 42 joule automatic with 44 hours of power reserve. You're also getting not just the hour, the minute, the seconds, but you're also getting a secondary time zone. Remember, it's a GMT. What really stands out about the watch, and something you usually only find on high-end watches, is the retrograde power reserve indicator for this automatic watch. Even though it has 44 hours of power reserve, what if you didn't wear it for a day or two? You went to pick it up and you thought, well, is it going to just need a few shakes? Do I need to wind it? Just look at the gas gauge right there at the 6 o'clock position. It's going to tell you how much power is in the mainspring. 283090 will get you the Lucien Piccard 46mm Matador. It is truly a great collectible, with only 200 for the planet and only half are left for the world. So go ahead, pick one up today. Only $50 gets it home.
All right, 294183. We're looking at first the Alpina limited edition Star Timer. We only have limited quantity of these, and as we saw earlier, an Alpina sold out even before it was set to air. Now, Alpina is known for designing Swiss-made watches that back in the day were actually designed right for pilots because they were all about ensuring maximum readability in a variety of different atmospheres. Here, what you're looking at is a movement. It's actually the AL860 automatic chronograph movement, and it's a base of the Sellita SW500. Now, what that means is it's been modified to feature a bi-compact center configuration for maximum readability, again, going back to their original design intent with the entire brand, which was to design something that would be functional for actual pilots.
This is a beautiful watch, and there is just everything about it just speaks of adventure, like you're ready to travel the world. In fact, we should do a travel show. You and I should just be out there. Now notice, this has not been connected in, but they also have a deployant clasp on here, and we've opened it up so that you can see into the back of the watch.
So there, that would have been a base Sellita SW500, but as we see a lot with pretty much all major high-end Swiss-made brands, they then purchase those movements, bring them in-house. Really quick, tilt it back there. I want you to see something else. They then modify them to their exact specifications. That's a little hard to see, but just below my finger right there, you can see this is a numbered limited edition. 8,888 are made for the world, and this one is item number 1797. So each one will have its own numbered limited edition.
Does that not amaze you, like
That's
the
cool.
Matador, which is my hot pick, that there's only 200, and here with this ultra high-end watch, they've made 8,800? Beautiful. It's all Swiss-made. Notice that custom rotor. Notice the cutaway. I mean, when have you seen a rotor that quite looks like that? The watch is beautiful. Now, let me turn it back over so you can look at the dial. The gray dial, you notice that our high-end watches really have a passion for the gray dials, like the Graham we had earlier. There's just something about it that's taking its place in the watch world, that gray is just coming out very strong. You can also see the beating heart of the watch right there with that sapphire crystal back, that exhibition back, also sapphire crystal on the front. Now, if you think this looks good on the hand, wait till you see how a $3,000 watch looks on the wrist, particularly when you're only having to spend $1,289 to get it home. Now, I say to get it home, you can only spend $215, and we'll send it to you. Megan, while they're taking a look at this beautiful watch, maybe we need to explain to the people how the stress-free payments work.
Oh my gosh, stress-free payments really, in my opinion, are the best way to shop. And what I mean by that is you don't have to put down, in this case, $1,290 to get the watch home.
But that's the cost.
What you can do is actually break that up. And in this case, we've given you 6 stress-free payments. Stress-free stands for interest-free. It stands for monthly payments. So in this case, $1,290 divided by 6 is $215. What you can do is put down $215. You put that down on any major credit card. We ship this watch to you in its original packaging with all of its documentation. The warranty goes into effect. And then you have 5 more payments due at $215 a month. We will charge that same credit card on the same day every month, just $215. There are no hidden fees. There is no interest. What you see is what you pay, $215 a month. And what's amazing is it's the opposite of layaway. You don't have to make 6 monthly payments and then get the watch. You make one payment. So this $3,400 watch which has been discounted to, let's just say $1,300, make it a little easier. $3,400 down to $1,300. Now you put $215 down, it becomes yours.
And look how much generous strap they give to this watch. Absolutely beautiful. You are getting all of the opportunities to get this at the lowest price and the easiest way of doing it, stress-free and interest-free, $215. That's right, $1,289.99. It's all going to be yours. 294183 for the Alpina 44mm limited edition Star Timer. Now, we're going to have to shift to a slightly less expensive watch. But I think there's no complaints about that with the Lucien Piccard 45mm Potenza.
And what's interesting is I've actually never seen this particular color variation of this timepiece before. It's kind of interesting. I like the way the subdials are arranged almost in a diamond pattern, and you can see that texturing done in the center chapter of each subdial. But then everywhere else it's smooth. It shows that it's a multi-level dial.
Oh, that looks nice. That looks really nice. Now, take a peek and notice that this is a multi-function. Now, it looks like a chronograph at first, and we certainly love that look of a chronograph. And it really does have a great, great style to it. Now, as you look into it, you'll notice that it really does have a lot of texturing right here with that rope style or coin edge on the bezel. As you draw in and let your eye really focus, you realize, hey, wait a minute, those aren't just chronograph functions, they're multi-functions. Day, date, 24-hour indicator, and look at that beautiful onion-style crown. Easy to set the time, easy to read. You'll notice that the moment I pull out the crown, the small seconds stops. When I push that back in, you'll notice that our small seconds, which is at the 6 o'clock position, kicks in. And you're right, Megan, if the light catches it just right, there is a checkerboard or kind of a pattern there, which is on the lowest part of the dial. Ooh, they're coming in close. Then you see the layers of the subdials, and you see that beautiful finish. Look at those hand-applied numbers, the indices with the Arabic numerals all the way around. Gorgeous. Even a high mirror polish on the back. And the watch is uber thin, too. Have you noticed that? This is one of those watches that as I slip on my wrist, if I were to put down my sleeve, you'll notice that it will tuck under there very, very well because it's designed to be low profile. So if this is the watch you wanted to wear to the office, don't worry. It's going to look great in the office and it's going to look great with that dress shirt. But then when you head out and you roll your sleeves up, it's still going to look good because it has kind of a sporty flair to it. I think that's just part of the nature of a chronograph. Now, I like the silver, but let's dress it up just a touch. If you like the silver, go to 288885, but take a look at this.
Now, this next one is truly very, very dressy.
Elegant.
It's going to be the flashy version.
You know, but it's because it's in rose tone, I don't consider it as flashy as the yellow gold.
Okay, fair enough. That's true. No, I think because yellow gold is brighter, whereas rose tone seems warmer.
Yeah, this is very warm to me. The yellow gold is an in-your-face. It's almost that Midas look. This, to me, is very elegant, very old world. It looks like you've stepped right out of a Victorian era to wear this.
I like the, almost, I don't want to call it aggressive, but I really like how you can really see the coinage on the bezel and on the crown. It's very, very well done. Sometimes it's very faint, but this is, it almost looks like it's 2 rings of coinage all the way around because they did it the entire way around the bezel. You can see the bezel sort of loops over.
And you can see the light capturing it, which is giving you that secondary, because this is just one piece right here.
But it looks like multiple pieces.
It does. It's the light playing a beautiful trick on the eye. And I even love all the way down to the Lucien Piccard logo right here etched into the crown. Now, you've talked about the benefit of a multifunction as opposed to a chronograph on more than one occasion.
Absolutely. I like the fact that a multifunction offers almost a broken out calendar. I have watches that have chronographs in them, and it's really, to me, personally to me, more for a look, because I'm never anywhere where I'm going to be using my chronograph as a stopwatch. I like the multifunction because it gives you
in this case, you get a day of the week, a date, and a 24-hour AM/PM indicator. So I like that it shows you multiple options on there. That's why if I ever have a chronograph or I ever say what my favorite is, it's always one of the ISO ones that uses the day of the week at the 6 o'clock. All right, moving on.
I have a gift for you, my dear.
Oh, I wish.
Since you wanted to ponder the thought of what it would be like, this is what I would get you.
Well, you have great taste because this 33mm Le Classique, a hand-built Swiss-made watch from Maurice Lacroix, is a true masterpiece. And it's not even from their masterpiece collection. I do want to make a note, though, and I'm not comparing apples to apples here, but something to think about. There was a Lucien Piccard watch in our top 10. I believe it's called the La Belle. It's a 27mm silver tone with a white dial and crystals for the hour markers and bezel. Here is what the next step would be. Here, showing price-wise, is what you can expect to pay for actual Swiss-made with genuine diamonds. Now here you're just at under a ½ carat of diamonds. You're about 40 points of diamonds on this timepiece, including the dial and the bezel. At 33mm, it's a perfect size. You know, as we've seen with gentlemen's timepieces, for example, watches have gotten much bigger. Ladies' timepieces are getting much bigger. But there is something to be said about brands, and you brought up the example of Rolex earlier. Maurice Lacroix is another. There is something to be said about brands that design in all different sizes, but also always go back to the classics. Because while right now my favorite size of watch is about a 39-40mm, in 15, 20 years from now, I might want something a little bit smaller. And so when you invest in something that's a classic piece, that's a wardrobe staple, that looks elegant and versatile. I have it here with a blue blouse top, but this is the kind of watch you could wear with just a nice t-shirt and a nice pair of jeans. You could wear it with a cocktail dress, a blazer. You get the idea. This is one of the most versatile watches to have in your wardrobe, and you will wear it with everything. Beautiful, true, multi-link bracelet. You can really feel how nice that multi-link bracelet is. Look at how slimlined the design is. Of course, you've got a sapphire crystal on there. Those elegant diamonds that frame a mother-of-pearl dial, and that is a true AAA grade white mother-of-pearl dial. You can see I'm wearing, I call this Bella from Swiss Legend when I wear it on the shows, one of my affordable everyday watches. And this is for the lady that is ready to step into something very, very special and very high-end. The fact that you're saving $3,000 off the retail price is wonderful. But even more than that, here's what I love about the stress-free payments, as I explained earlier. So you see this watch price and you're like, okay, it's $1,300. Sure, I can afford that. The person that can afford a $1,300 watch is perhaps in a different spending league than the person that could buy this for the full price of $4,300. That person is very, very different than the person that can spend $200 to $300 a month on a watch. And yet we can all get the same thing here. Think about it like that.
Well,
if
yeah.
you can't set aside $1,300 a month for a timepiece, that's okay. Because in this case, if you're the kind of person, and most of you who watch the show are, if you're the kind of person that spends between $200 and $300 a month on your hobby, on your watch collecting hobby, now you can get that over $4,000 watch. That's why I say take advantage of the payments. There's always a great time to buy a number of watches and to have 4 or 5 really cool watches in your collection that are maybe $80, $90, $100 each. But every now and then, you got to take a step back and invest in a classic piece. And here, you can do that.
I want to.
I know you're dying to say something.
If we're going to be going out later, then I'm going to be wearing this one. What was that? I can see you.
Oh, sorry.
This is a beautiful 18-karat gold, gentlemen or ladies, classic timepiece. This is the 38mm Le Classique. Now, this is a perfect gentleman or ladies size, and you will notice that this is not in rose gold tone. It is solid 18-karat gold. That's why the price point of $7,900 is quite legitimate for this watch. You can see it looks beautiful. It's a simple 3-hand configuration with the hour, the minute, and a continuously operating sweep hand. Now, because it's an automatic, it has not been wound yet. It literally came straight from the vault to here. So I'm going to go ahead and slip this off. I'm going to flip it over so that you can see the back of it, and I can wind the watch for a moment, too. Now, with that simple winding right there. Oh, I didn't realize you were still on me. People at home went, where'd you go?
We're live, Wiley. You're still on camera.
They'll take care of all that in editing.
Look at this.
Look at that.
18 karat gold right there. You know what? Strategy idea. Gentlemen out there, you want this watch, but maybe that lady in your life, or they could be the opposite. But I would imagine that it would be the lady going, no, we already spent it on this, and we have to save for this, and we have to save for that. Here's what you do, guys. Pick this watch up for yourself, and then you grease the wheels, and you pick up the diamond Le Classique for her.
You know,
because I know if my significant other came home with a $2,500 watch, I'd be wondering where my gift was. And then, you guys know how I would be. And then as soon as he pulls out that diamond watch, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine.
No, I know what you would do, Megan. I know exactly what you would do.
I would take them both.
You go, oh, that's a gold watch, and you got me the one with the diamonds. I prefer the clerk that has the gold and diamonds. Is it not what you would do?
I would just take them all, honestly.
I know. Folks, we're delighted to be able to have such a relationship. Remember, at World of Watch, not us having a relationship, we just, come on, let's face it.
He's just so thrilled.
At World of Watches, I mean, we're watch experts. I mean, the place is filled with watch experts, the designers, the folks that have done the marketing, the research, those folks who've had literally 30 years in the watch industry. We're delighted to be here, not only to be here with you, but also to be around these beautiful watches. And what I know is that when you pick up something like this, you're picking up something that's going to last for years and years to come. These are not temporary pieces. You can almost consider it a durable good. And that's when you're allowed to put something on a credit card. That's my criteria. I don't like putting anything on a credit card unless it's a durable good. Something that has value for years and years and years to come. These are heirloom pieces, but you're not paying the original price. Even though these are brand new in the box, you're able to get them because of our buying relationship with Maurice Lacroix and our other buyers around the world at a fraction of the price. These are all new. They're in the box. This is beautiful Swiss-made sapphire crystal, 18-karat gold case. All of this not for the $8,000. $24.99 or only $416.66. I can honestly say to you, and yes, Megan, I'm going to say it. When I had to buy a luxury watch for myself, I bought it from us, and I bought a Maurice Lacroix. I can tell you, and this is, again, it still holds true, Miss Megan, that watch has only been worn 4 times now because I wore it last week on the show. It's been on a watch winder in all that time since I bought it, months and months now, has not lost a minute.
That's amazing.
I think for the watch collectors out there, those watch people who are listening, could you tweet in and just tell people what that means? That for an automatic watch not to have lost a minute in 3 months? That's incredible. That's the level of accuracy and reliability, and that even impresses those of us who are watch experts. 286484 for the beautiful Maurice Lacroix Le Classique. Now, if diamonds are a girl's best friend, I have your BFF right here. How about the 39mm Ceramica? I think that's beautiful. Now, what do you like best about this watch?
This is a watch that has been around for a couple of years now, and what's funny is, as I've talked about on the shows before, I've actually purchased not the full diamond, 3-karat diamond Ceramica before, but 2 different versions that have just diamonds on the bezel. I've given 2 of these gifts to my mom for two different Christmases here, and one year we did give her the white ceramic with silver tone and the diamonds around the bezel. This one, though, we are going full diamonds at 3 carats of diamonds. What's incredible?
Ooh, this is nice.
This timepiece?
I'm sorry, I have it. I've taken it from Megan because I'm actually looping it to look at the diamonds and just see how it looks quality-wise. Sorry, Megan, here's your watch.
No, that's okay. What was your...
My assessment is that this watch is gorgeous.
Yes.
Now, I can tell you, do not expect to see the exact same thing you're going to see like with your hot pick, that clerk.
Okay, fair enough.
But once again, diamonds come in a variety of colors and clarities. Color, cut, clarity, and carat weight give a diamond value. These diamonds are appropriate. They are appropriate for how they are to be seen. And I think even in our close-ups, you're going to be able to see that they are they're going to be they're perfectly matched. They're going to have visual clarity to them. If you put them under a loop, now I can tell you the clerk that I have in my hands, if I put that under the loop, these diamonds are still ultra clear. The diamonds on the Swiss Legend, you can even see here, they're going to have visual clarity, but if I put them under the loop, I can see that there's a different grading than, say, of the ultra high-end $10,000, $15,000 watch. Is it worth the $549?
Absolutely.
You better believe it. The $1,000 price is what you should be paying for this.
We're talking about 341 individual diamonds, all perfectly matched, all perfectly spaced. This is the ultimate holiday gift, affordable luxury. This is your staple. This is the staple watch for the lady in your life. Every woman knows ceramic timepieces. Ceramic timepieces, while in the 80s they were pretty much started by Rado, a Swiss-made brand, it wasn't until the early 2000s with Chanel and the introduction of the J12, which is like a $17,000 Swiss-made ceramic watch. That's when they really started taking off in fashion and, you know, being inspired designs from all different sorts of brands. Ceramic watches, white ceramic is the hottest color in women's watches.
What if somebody said to you, I'm allergic to a lot of different metals. I'm not sure I can wear ceramic.
Ceramic is a hypoallergenic material.
But that's
no one's allergic to it.
But that's a bright white. What if I'm very rough on a watch and I'm scared that perspiration is going to stain it? Or maybe in my work I'm going to get something on it and it's going to stain.
Oh no, not with ceramic. Just like we were talking earlier with tungsten, ceramic is a virtually indestructible material. On the outside of rocket ships, they actually have ceramic, which I did not know. They are heat resistant. It is non-porous, which means if you were to ever spill something on this white ceramic bracelet or case, it wipes perfectly clean. You get makeup on it, self-tan, or anything at all, it wipes perfectly clean. It doesn't even hold odor either. It's also as scratch resistant as the sapphire crystal on this watch. And that's what we give you here. Something I love that Swiss Legend does is with their ceramic timepieces, they give you sapphire crystals. So diamonds, a 9 out of 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness. Ceramic, every bit as scratch resistant as sapphire. You are looking at a watch that is virtually indestructible and yet is so gorgeous and so elegant, you'll never want to take it off. And that's what's so great. You see a watch like this, you see 3 carats of diamonds, like that clerk. I wouldn't be able to wear that all the time. But this ceramic watch, you can wear it every single day. Plus the 100 meters of water resistance, you can wear this in the pool. You can wear this to the beach. You can wear this everywhere you go. This is one of the most incredible values that we offer during the holiday season. Every year, it is one of the best sellers. The 39 millimeter Ceramica is the best-selling ladies Swiss Legend watch, period, end of story. And this is the ultimate way to go. Okay. Gentlemen, $91.67 a month. Set that aside for your wife, or your daughter, your mother, that important woman in your life that you know you want to wow them for the holiday season. $91.67. When you see what comes to you in the beautiful red box, and you see 3 carats of diamonds on a ceramic watch with a Swiss-made movement, price that out. $1,000 for a watch like this doesn't even exist in retail. Please take advantage, because right now it's at $550. 67424. I love that watch.
You know, I'll remind you that I had a $300 watch that I was talking about as a stocking stuffer, and you're like, man, you're expensive. And here you are with a $549 watch going, that's your everyday watch. Yeah, that's your everyday watch. Not like that clerk which you'd wear on special occasions. This is your everyday watch. You know what? You have exceptional taste, Miss Harris.
Thank you.
And that is why any of the folks that are purchasing that beautiful Swiss Legend know that they're getting quality. Just like you are when you get this beautiful Lucien Picard. Now I want you to take a look at this watch because it has a lot going on for it. Notice the first thing that captures your eye is that open heart configuration at the 6 o'clock position. You'll also notice that right at the very top at the 12 o'clock position, you're going to have what is going to be your main, that's your date. Had to make sure I saw that on there correctly. you can see it's a fairly easy to read three-hand configuration, the hour, the minute, continuously operating sweep hand, and then you have all the multi-levels that are going to be in the multifunction. Day complication at your 9 o'clock, date complication at 3 o'clock, and 24-hour indicator at the 12 o'clock. You have a Croco embossed leather strap, which is incredibly comfortable. And look at that. Now, Megan, when you look at this watch, this is not as thick as, say, the Matador. But
No.
it certainly has a lot of style and presence. What stands out to you to this watch when you look at it?
Upon first glance, right away, my eyes go right to the 6 o'clock position with that beautiful, beautiful open heart and bridge complication. That's the first thing I notice right away on it.
Now, I want you to see also, you know, you have the Cote de Genève on the back of here that's on the rotor. Also, those are things you usually find on higher-end watches, the Geneva waves, the watchmaker's decoration. Now, I like this configuration quite a bit. It's 44 millimeters. The Ottoman looks great. But take a look at this version. This is gorgeous. There is something very, very high-end about this watch.
I like this one even better because it allows you to see
Yes.
more of the detail inside the dial. The Breguet style hands are beautiful too.
Yes, and it almost looks like furnace blue. I'm sure it has to be IP plating at this pricing because there's no way. But you have the look.
Mm-hmm.
You have the look all the way around. And you're absolutely right, Megan. When you look into the dial, there is so much texture in this.
The silver tone dial allows you to see that even more so, I think, than the black dial does.
This is my favorite of the two. It really
Yeah.
is. Now that you're saying it, I may have to look into getting this watch. There is something about it that just is making me feel very nostalgic. I can't quite place it yet. I love the gold tone on this. I love the coin edge. I love it how you notice the cushion shape. It's almost like puff shaped.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at the crystal though too.
But even the bottom of the case, it is kind of a puff, almost like a muffin or a cushion shape to it. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Are you getting hungry, Megan? You are. You're hungry. I can tell. Yay, muffins, cupcakes.
But look back into the dial there. I love the AM/PM indicator, how it's animated.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know, that's really nice. It almost looks like a moon phase, but it's actually your AM/PM indicator. And so rather than just having the 24-hour chapter ring right there, you can see that you've got your animated AM/PM indicator. So, for example, that little red hand, that red arrow pointing to the 22, and you can see the moon and stars, you know it's PM, not AM.
So yes, this would be 10:07 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that seems like, why is that relevant? Well, you know, I have friends that are traveling literally around the world right now, and this watch would be one of those watches that it's nice that if you want to remember, what time zone am I in? Where am I now? Because literally they switch time zones so
Yeah.
much that they're on completely the opposite side of the world. A gorgeous timepiece, and what a great price. Not $695, and certainly not even our wow price of $199. $149.99, only $25 gets it home. We think that's a great price. Look at that. Do you like that a lot?
I do
Yes,
like
no?
it. It looks nice on your wrist too. This one with the rose tone and that light brown Croco embossed strap, it might not be as popular. I feel like the black and silver tone version, maybe more people are drawn to because it's a safer bet, right? Black and silver. But the rose and brown is quite nice. And again, it allows you maybe to see more of those features, including those beautiful applied hour markers.
To me, I think the silver dial is the better choice. That's just me. I
Well,
like it a lot.
That perfect timing for that because this variation of the blue Genève, you've always liked with the light silvery white dial.
Oh my goodness, there is just such a great look to the watch. Look at that.
Funny to think now that this is still considered a new watch, but we've had so many watches come out from the SWI company that this isn't even as new as some of the others are.
But it's still fairly new.
Oh my gosh, this is only about 6 weeks old.
Megan, I have to do this. I know they're going to get upset. Notice the shape. And I did call Niso out on this. I said, did you find inspiration? Because I'm going to wager this quorum is what? About $1 billion? And yet, look at the style and the shape that's in this beautiful 48mm blue Genève. You're getting a lot of the look. You are getting all of the quality. Again, this watch easily could sell for that $975 price point. Marking it down to $399, you're now heading into the territory where the watch should be. The fact that they've marked it down to $189 is a steal. This is a no-brainer. In fact, we don't even need to talk. Megan and I can just step out for a moment, leave the watches on the screen, because when you look at $31.67 is all it takes to get the watch home, that's great.
Swiss-made watch with 200 meters of water resistance. I mean, how often do you get a Swiss-made watch like that that you can wear diving or wear with your dress shirt and tie? Not as often. And what's so nice, push-button dual deploying clasp, the ceramic bezel insert, the dodecagon shape to that bezel and case, so it adds a little bit of that visual interest that you always like to say. More importantly, though, the movement inside. The Swiss-made ISA 8361, a brand new movement from ISA themselves that we at Swiss Legend are using in the Blue Genève. It took ISA 5 years of development to create the 8361, and we are one of the first brands here. That's very, very special too, I think.
One of the things that I was talking to Niso that he pointed out, you notice the dial at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock?
Perfectly matched up.
You notice that their hands, the centers, line up perfectly with the center of the main three.
Absolutely, because sometimes when you see subdials, they're a little bit more in the 2, 3 o'clock.
They have to be offset.
Here, he was saying that they actually worked to get everything perfectly in line.
There is a symmetry and a harmony that we've not seen in those movements, and we are one of the first companies in the world to have access to this brand new movement.
Cool.
I also love the fact that by using ceramic on here, when it used to be enamel, which Rolex used, everybody used, that was the standard, it looked great, but you'd often, when you sent the watch in for servicing, have to have it re-enameled. Now, with a watch at a $189 price point, you couldn't afford to just send that in and have it re-enameled. By using that perfectly matched, hardened ceramic, it is going to be virtually scratch resistant. So the color, the numerals that you see on there, the indices, they're going to be that way for years and years to come. This is not something that's going to be easy to scratch off at all because it's embedded into the ceramic. And it's at that great modern size of 48 millimeters. Folks, do not let this one get away from you. This is a great stocking stuffer. It's a great gift, whether it's for your grandfather, your father, your husband, your son, that nephew you've been trying to find something to get. This is one to consider. 287825, the Swiss Legend 48 millimeter Blue Genève.
All right, now this Oris, we had a lot more available about 30 minutes ago. In the past just 45 minutes, we are almost completely sold out of the BC4 automatic from Oris. Item number is 293078. We only have, I believe, one remaining of this timepiece. And what's great is that affordable luxury with the stress-free payments. Everybody knows the brand Oris. It's a $3,800 watch. We've got it here for under $1,700. Now, you've got a modified, almost industrial, cushion-shaped case that you can see with the circular-shaped bezel that almost goes a little bit over the rounded, squared edges of your case.
Now, do you like this watch? I mean, Oris is certainly a strong watch all the way around.
Oh, absolutely I do. You know what I like, though? Come in a little close to the dial. Let's look at that movement.
Oh.
What I like about this, you are looking at the Oris 674, a modified, say it with me now,
Valjoux 7750.
The base of here is the Valjoux 7750. Oris modified that 25 jewel movement to their exact specifications, which included the expanded date at the 3 o'clock position. I also like that slight checkerboard texture to the dial. Almost makes it in some light look carbon fiber-ish.
But, you know, I'm not going to say carbon fiber is going to end up one day being trendy, but it may not be on everything
Right, of course
10
not.
years from now. Oris has created a look without having to use a material that might at some point date it. And I think it really does. You can tell just by the pushers. If you've ever seen or owned a Value 7750, you know that there is a certain feel to the click of the pushers. And there's a solidity to it. There is something very solid all the way around. And of course, when you hit these pushers, you can even see how it snaps back. Notice it's a multi-level case. I mean, you have one level, it is the back that is, of course, attached to that center sandwich layer, and then another part of the case, and then the bezel itself.
I love the fully functioning screws, too. It's very interesting because sometimes watches that are of this nature, that are a bit industrial, look too aggressive or have a harder time. And I like that. That's a nice clasp. We should show that.
Isn't that great? Oh, let's show them that.
But this is a watch that is still very, very elegant and can be worn. Look at it, even says lift. Single scissor style supported clasp.
The way this lifts up right here,
cool.
It is creating a spring mechanism that literally it just causes this to effortlessly do what it's supposed to when you put it on. In fact, let me slip the watch on. Oh, let me show you the back first. You don't want that to get away from you. Look at that beautiful, customized exhibition back that allows you to have a peek in there.
I'm sorry. So Oris, I wanted to say this. I was reading about this a couple of weeks ago. Oris is one of their proprietary patents that they do is they do the red on the rotor, and they call out the rotor because, as we all know, when mechanical watches went to automatic, that was because of the addition of the rotor. So Oris always likes to highlight the red part of a rotor, and they call it the Oris Hymek, as an homage to a rotor being the reason we even have automatics in the first place. That's
beautiful. Folks, do not let this get away from you. It is a great value, not $3,825, or even at our $3,000 wow price, but only $1,679. $280 gets it home. That's your first of 6 stress-free, interest-free payments. We like that quite a bit. Megan, how about this for the ladies?
I am wearing a diamond Bella on my wrist right now, and I actually almost wore my ceramic variation. The Swiss Legend Bella is my favorite Swiss Legend collection. I love the gorgeous, sexy, I'm calling a watch sexy, that's right. I love the sexy contours of the hourglass shaped case. You can see I'm wearing the stainless steel version on my wrist right now, and I own this in black and rose. I love the hourglass shaped case, the way it curves in on the sides, but also how it curves around the wrist. As I mentioned earlier, I like classic watches with a twist. This is very ladylike and feminine, but it's oversized. And yet, the way it's curved, it wraps around, and it does not fit too big. It doesn't feel bulky at all. You've got a large piece of A-grade mother of pearl making up the dial. You have hand-applied Arabic numeral hour markers. I love the whimsical font they used. It's called an exploding numerals, how they graduate in size. They get larger and smaller all the way around. Framing the dial in the bezel is a ½ carat of diamonds. This is the most recent Swiss Legend timepiece to employ the use of diamonds, so it has the best quality diamonds Swiss Legend has ever used to date. You have a ½ carat of them framing that bezel. Again, one last look this way at how beautiful it fits, even if your wrist size is under 6 inches, or if it is up to 9 inches, you can very easily enjoy a watch that is as beautiful as the name suggests. Ceramic and sapphire, so you have a watch that is scratch resistant. This is age appropriate. I would say a late teenage daughter at the youngest can enjoy and appreciate this watch as much, gentlemen, as your own wife or even your own mother or mother-in-law would love.
You know what's nice? If you bought that for a younger person, 10 years, 20 years from now, it's still going to look like that.
It's always going to look brand new. And that's why I was joking earlier saying, well, I'm kind of hard on my timepieces because I have a couple ceramic watches, and thank God for them because I'm always, just feel like sometimes I just knock
Your
into things
phones
more.
don't always last, but your watches look
I
great.
wish my phone was made out of ceramic.
A Swiss Legend phone.
What will they think of next? One last look. You can see those beautiful diamonds right there. This is my favorite Swiss Legend timepiece. For years, I was always saying on the show how much I love the Bella in ceramic, but I wish that they would make a version with diamonds. And late last year, they did. And here it is. $30 gets this baby home. $1 a day. Who can't afford $1 a day with a diamond ceramic watch that looks brand new 10, 20 years from now? 206-207. I didn't even know that was in the show. I would have made that my hot pick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like all good things, this too must come to to an end, but Wiley and I will be back out here again
tomorrow
at the exact same time, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. We are going to recap very quickly before we officially say goodbye. We're going to see what the best-selling item of the show was and go down from there. Now, like we saw in the recap, because people shop in the future. Sure. With our lineup posted online right now at WorldofWatches.com. Some of these items in the recap might even be slated for tomorrow night's show, so we'll give them a full airing tomorrow when we meet again. All right, now, the new #1 selling item is...
Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. We have no idea.
Ah.
Wow. Did you know that rotor is actually on precision ball bearings, and it's one of the first watches to use ball bearings in the rotor? In fact, if you were to look at that, in fact, I'm going to give that to you. Look right in there. They're the tiniest little ball bearings in there. It gives such a fluidity to that movement, and it is so cool. I'm so glad you're picking this watch up. $1,700 for a watch. It should be going for $3,800. Somebody's getting a great gift. Hopefully, it's you. 293078 for the Oris. And look at that.
This was the current #1 seller at our top 10. It's a brand new arrival, a Movado for $300. This is a 38mm Luno. It takes that classic Movado look with the concave dot at the 12 o'clock position and gives it a little something extra. Notice the semicircles running down the center portion of the bracelet. In what world can you go into the Movado store and put $50 down and walk out with this watch? Well, here you can do just that. $50 interest-free, 6 months. You ship it after your first payment. 122637.
Right behind that is going to be the Eterna 42mm Vaughn Big Date. Now, this has a genuine alligator strap, but it has probably one of the most easy-to-read and classic dials you're going to find. A 3-hand configuration, easy to read with a cushion-style dial, and as well as hands that are curved to meet the shape of that dial. It also has a large dual date wheel, large date complication of the 3 o'clock, beautiful automatic movement. It is truly a masterpiece to be seen. It is $7,495, but you're getting it tonight for $1,399. One of our lowest prices for this watch, or only $233.33. That is the maximum amount of payments you'll ever find here at Swiss Watch International. 6 stress-free, interest-free payments. 10144.
Coming up right behind that, 71242. Looks like the black dial was the more popular of the 2 Tungsten Pro variations available. We still do have that royal blue dial available on our website. This, much like ceramic, is a wonder material. You can beat this watch up as much as you want, and it's always going to look brand new. It's as difficult to scratch as the sapphire crystal. You have a Swiss-made ETA G10 to 11 movement inside. Coming up right after that, the 48mm Precisionist, the world's most accurate chronograph movement, giving you accuracy down to 1/1000th of a second. It's also a 300-meter diver, 48mm case, all done in gunmetal. $90 it ships, 251883.
You just did my Precisionist.
I know, sorry. I'm going to do this one too, the 45mm limited edition. This is a numbered limited edition mechanical from MOMO. This has an ETA mechanical movement that is a Swiss-made movement inside. $350 for a mechanical Swiss-made movement inside from an Italian brand. 282997, 6 payments of $58.33.
Oh, go ahead and do it.
34mm X1. This is a classic Swiss-made timepiece with 200 meters of water resistance, believe it or not. $750. How amazing. $125 gets home a Swiss-made classic for the ladies. 284279.
My hot pick has been, thank you, Megan, the 46mm Matador automatic GMT. You not only have the beautiful dual beating heart configuration, but you also have a secondary time zone with the GMT. It's a 3-hand configuration, the hour, the minute, continuously operating sweep hand, and that GMT, plus a very expensive feature to find on a watch of this price, a retrograde power reserve indicator. 200 parts in this watch. It's a 42 joule automatic with 44 hours of power reserve. It is truly a classic.
Here's that other 45mm tungsten. This one has that royal blue dial. I like this one a lot. $190 for a watch that will always look brand new. Tungsten bracelet case, bezel, sapphire crystal, Swiss-made ETA G10 to 11 movement with a 5-year warranty, 70594.
We did not even get a chance to show Luminox, which is an incredible value on this watch. 45mm dive chronograph, unidirectional bezel, 200 meters of water resistance, $1,100, not tonight. $499 for this all Swiss-made watch, a price-protected brand you're getting home for $83.33. You're going to love, well, that's not a Raymond Weil, that's a Seiko Solar. You're never going to have to buy a battery with that. It's going to have a secondary time zone, and it's going to allow light to pass right through that dial to power up a titanium lithium-ion battery, which means a watch you'll never have to service. It has a name that's recognized around the world, and it's all yours at an incredible price.
I like that all blacked out with the silver tone dial.
Folks, we are delighted that you have been with us tonight, and we get to be with you. We'll see you tomorrow night. On behalf of Megan and myself, we'll see you again soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching and tweeting.
Miramar, Florida. It's time for World of Watches. Look at that.
Saturday evening, here we are just a few weeks away from Christmas, and we are here to get you guys ready for all of those amazing gifts. Maybe you're getting something for your close relatives and family and friends. Maybe you're here to get something for yourself. If you love watches, if you love saving money, I mean, does anybody watching right now say no to those things? It's like, no, you know what, I don't like watches and I'd rather spend all my money. That's a little crazy. If you love watches and you love to save money, you have tuned in to World of Watches TV. We are an extension of WorldofWatches.com, one of the largest companies and websites in the world for all of your favorite name brand watches. Now, we're going to spend 3 hours with you tonight and 3 hours with you tomorrow. We're going to show you hundreds of different timepieces. And what we can't get through tonight and tomorrow are available right now at WorldofWatches.com. We're going to hook you up with some amazing things. Now, we've categorized our hours as we are wont to do these days. Our first hour tonight is going to be all new arrivals. And I have to tell you, Wiley and I, we spend some time with the watches before every show, you know, deciding what we like, maybe a few things that we're going to pick out and really want to highlight. Every single item in the first hour I was going crazy for. There are so many exciting brand new watches. Some of them are newish. They've been around for a few weeks, maybe a month. And some of them, like my hot pick, which just so happens to be a $25,000 watch. But of course, you're never going to pay $25,000, right? I know. This is a Clerk. Get your hands off that.
Ooh.
Pretty, right?
This is nice.
This is gorgeous. I know. We'll get to it. We'll get to it because we've got so many things to share with you. So our first hour, all new arrivals. Our second hour is going to be what we're calling holiday deals. Now, everything is a holiday deal, but our second hour, things will be further discounted than they normally are. And then our third hour, we're calling it our Dress to Impress hour. But if we're being honest, every hour has some pretty impressive timepieces. So you can find something in every single category. We've got our computer here, and we are locked and loaded on Twitter right now. If you feel like talking to Wiley and I throughout the show, maybe you've got a question about an item that we're airing, something you see on the website, or you want to know a little bit more about something on the show as it relates to watches, that's what we're here for. Tweet us live. You can tweet us using the hashtag AskWowTV, or you can send us a message directly to our Twitter account, which is WowTVChat. You can see it all right there. So either hashtag WowTV or tweeting us at WowTVChat. I know I'm doing all of the talking. We should probably let the watches do a little something too. We're going to jump into a preview and show you just a little sample of what's coming up in our first of 3 hours together. Remember, this is all new arrivals. Starting with my hot pick. It's stunning. 290319. Okay, so I was a little bit mistaken there, and I apologize. This is not a $25,000 Clerk. This is actually
Just a $17,000 clerk retail price. I know. But look at your... It's really, really special that we're able to do things like this. The fact that you're going to save 14 grand on a timepiece. Already, I'm sure your ears are pricked up like mine. Okay, what is going on here? This incredible clerk is from their Odyssey Galaxy collection. All of those diamonds, you actually have 1 carat and 22 points of diamonds. Now keep in mind, that would be just the minimum diamond weight on one exact timepiece. So chances are you might have 1 1/4. You could have even more than that. That's just the minimum diamond weight. Wait until you see this on the wrist. It's incredible. It's a 38mm case. Everything about this, of course, is a Dress to Impress watch. It's a new arrival. We've never aired this before. But check out the stress-free payments. I should have mentioned this in the preview earlier. Every single item today and tomorrow is on 6 stress-free payments. Now, stress-free means interest-free. What that means is you put 1 portion of that payment down. In this case, you would put down $433. Now, stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's a lot when you times it by 6, but again, look at the list price. Look at the value of this Swiss-made clerk with over 1 carat of diamonds. Every single item will be on 6 payments, so that is for you to save and shop even more. Coming up right after that, 282-928. It's the 48mm Invicta S1 Rally. We know how much everybody loves Invicta, and did you know here at World of Watches, we are the largest authorized retailer for Invicta in the entire world?
And this 48mm S Rally GMT is an excellent buy tonight. It's a great way to get into an Invicta for under $100.
6 payments is $16.66. 48mm means it's oversized. You can even see how big that screw-down crown is. GMT, very special right there. GMT means you get a secondary time zone. Coming up right after that, 258-795, the 39mm Channing collection from Michael Kors. I have to admit, we see a lot of Michael Kors on the show. I love Michael Kors, fashionable, all easy to wear watches, but this that turquoise dial and all that yellow gold plating, this really took my breath away. I happen to think that this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color combo. I love that pop of turquoise inside the dial. It almost looks like you're actually looking at a turquoise stone. The way they've almost cracked the dial in different places to where you're looking at a real, authentic gemstone. I love that. What I love even more, this Michael Kors is half off what you would pay in stores. $20 and change gets it home. That's it. $20 and change. Gift that lady in your life a Michael Kors. 258-795.
And who doesn't love rose gold and something in limited edition quantities? That's it. Bring it. They had it there for just a moment. It's like going back in time, isn't it?
You own this watch in the silver tone.
I
do. Know, were you saying earlier that your son, he liked the rose tone version?
He really does. This is one of the ones that I want to get 200 of these. Let me stress that to you. There's 200 for the world. Now, the designer of this watch, Niso Barocas, was on the show last week, and he was just discussing how there are 200 parts within this watch. Now, the 2HR851 automatic movement that's in this watch is a 42 jewel automatic with 44 hours of power reserve, all locked within that 46mm case. And even though it is a dress watch, and a beautiful one at that, it still has 50 meters of water resistance on that rotor. You can see it's a limited edition piece. Half the quantity have been sold. Now you can see right here, this is on, they're sold. You know,